What do you got?
I think I can prove to a judge that both of these men had the mens rea.
What the hell is a mens rea?
It's a legal term the lawyers use. It just means the intention to commit a crime.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Mens rea?
Put the cuffs on him.
How could we have gotten mens rea? We take blood? Can you do it without taking blood? We both use condoms. How is this possible? I want to see a doctor. Can I have an independent blood test?
Hey, money!
I feel sick.
What are you doing?
Mens rea! My God!
Put the gun down.
I saw you with the box. What was in the box?
Because I envy your normal life.
Put the gun down, David.
It seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box?
Not till you give me the
What's
gun.
in the fucking box?
Give me the gun.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's me, Legal Vices, and we're here on my little old channel that I call Legal Vices because I'm creative like that. We're just so happy to have you here tonight. We've got more Johnny Depp v. Amber Heard sidebars, so whoever you are, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, however good it feels, however many times you plan on doing it, and why you're doing it in the first place, etc., all glad it's being done right here with me, Legal Vices, because you guys rock. The Vice Squad is the greatest chat on the entire internet, hands down, and you are the Vice Squad. Welcome, mods. Thank you, mods, for giving up your time to spend your afternoon, morning, evening, night, whatever it is, with us as we go through this. And we will be bringing up our hopefully guests, very shortly. We've got our back of the house stuff, our housekeeping stuff to get through here. Right at the beginning, let's do the cocktail of the day, shall we? Today's cocktail of the day is the Mezcal Negroni. Start out with 3 ounces of mezcal. Take your mezcal, 3 ounces. Put it in your mixing glass with ice. Next, take your Campari. You want 1.5 ounces of Campari. Add that to your mixing glass. Then add 1.5 ounces of sweet vermouth. Sorry, add 1.5 ounces of sweet vermouth. And then add 1/2 ounce of Aperol. This is going to be a bitter cocktail. Got 3 and 4 different bitter ingredients. So once you have all those in, give it a good stir. Give it a good stir here for about 30 seconds to get it nice and diluted. Chilled and diluted. Then pour it off into an ice-filled glass with a wedge of lemon on the side for garnish. And what you should do, let's try that again. Well, it looks like it. Yes, we can. Ha! Hey, editor, edit this part. And once everything is in your glass, strain it off into a glass filled with ice and a orange wheel for garnish. And there you have your Mezcal Negroni. Bitter, delicious, a little bit of spice, not bad. Okay, now that's out of the way. Let's bring in our guest for the day, the one and only. Oh dear, let's see here. It's asking me if I want to reload the site. I definitely don't want to reload the site. All right, add to stage. There we go. Aussie Overlord, welcome, sir.
And good afternoon, good evening, and good night, people. How are we doing?
I'm doing a little panicky because we have a Megan Fox who will be joining us a bit later. When exactly is unclear. And Chandler may not be joining us at all today. She's feeling a bit under the weather. So it is going to be you and I. And hopefully Megan Fox at some later point to break it up. Otherwise, we've got the whole show, and we're going to be impersonating women all night. So that's what we're looking at.
Shit.
That's what we're looking at. And this is actually my favorite 2 days of the trial. And I was just kind of scanning through the sidebars, and I realized that Hayden didn't have much to do today, assuming we had a full house, because it's all females all the time. So I actually
Which was supposed to work well. So it's like, well, because for anyone that doesn't know, I've got a 4-hour round trip of driving first thing in the morning, and it's like midnight for me. So, but yeah, we will keep this show on the road as long as we can.
Yeah. So I in the space of 1 minute, I said to him, Hayden, looking through the sidebars, there's not much at all for you to do today. I'd love to have you hang for a couple of hours and be a narrator guy, but if you feel it's a waste of your time, I totally understand. At least come by at the beginning and see how you feel. 30 seconds later, okay, everybody's messaged me. They're sick and coming late. Get your ass in here whether you like it or not. So that's how the messages went down. We went from optional, and I would completely understand if he didn't want to waste his time with us, to it's your show, buddy. So there we go. And we do have a lot to get through here today. So let's check through chat. We don't have any super chats or membership chats yet. And as always, Doggo Cam achievement is unlocked at the 100 mark. And we're still trying to figure out what to do if somehow we ever happen to hit the 300 mark and we unlock the killer cocktail or whatever the hell I'm going to call it. But I don't plan on that happening anytime soon. But you can always amaze me. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, hint, hint. Say no more, say no more. Right. I am bringing up the sidebar sheet. We're on day whatever it is. And we're at the beginning, so we don't have to fumble around like we did yesterday. Oh, well, there we go. It's Megan Fox. She's not as late as we feared.
No, I'm
lovely.
back. I'm here.
Yay. Okay, that takes a little pressure off of
and I'm on steroids, and it's much better. I'm much, much better.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I was worried when I saw messages and whatnot floating around that hadn't arrived yet, and you were still feeling quite under the weather.
Oh God, I thought I was dying yesterday. After I got off with you guys, I had that meeting at school. Then I came back and flopped into bed, and I swear I feel like I have a brain infection. I was just dying. And
don't do that.
You know, it's interesting. I decided to go to urgent care. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna bite the bullet and go. And I did that. They do it now over the internet. I don't know if you know this, but you can go to urgent care on your phone.
Yeah.
It costs money.
Telehealth.
It costs more money. It's like $120, but I was like, you know what? I can't drive right now.
Wait, it costs you more money not to take up space and time.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. They do the same thing here. Our healthcare is supposed to, for the most part, be free. You want to get in urgently. That's one thing that really annoyed me, because you know how I had to sit in line for however long and then went home last night for the splinter or whatever. I found out after the fact that if you pay like $70 or $80, they will do a online interview for you, but it's mostly for getting scripts or for whatever else. And anything that requires anything that requires a physical observation, you still got to sit there.
And say, it's kind of hard to remove a splinter through the internet.
Well, right. I mean, it's mostly for like cold, flu. You know, you just need prescription for something. So I know I have a sinus infection. I know I need antibiotics. I know I need, probably a steroid. So I just figured, you know what, I'll spend the money and I'll do it. And it was great. I never had to get out of bed. My husband picked up the meds on his way home, and I already feel like a person again. It took about an hour. Why? What happens in Korea?
Well, they have an application. It's like a medical application where basically you say, this is what I need. If you just need like a prescription filled, like a standard prescription that you normally get, and you don't want to go to the hospital, stand and do all that, you just send it on the app. The doctor calls you and goes, okay, do you have this, okay. And they send your prescription. You take your phone to the place, and it's $10 straight.
What?
Yeah, $10.
That's incredible.
See, because we've taken the one extra step where if it's a general from behind the counter medication, you don't actually even have to go to the pharmacy anymore. What will happen is you can see the doctor online. They will fax the script to the pharmacy, and then the pharmacy will arrange to have it delivered to you.
Oh, that's cool.
So, that's incredible.
Well, everything is delivered in Korea, so I'm pretty sure that's probably an option. I know that you can pay. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. All right.
But of course it costs me more, though.
Yeah,
of course it costs more.
Of course.
Which it's like, why would it cost more? It doesn't make any sense. It's more convenient for everybody. Nobody has to wait on me in the office. And obviously the woman who took my call was somewhere in America sitting in her living room. She wasn't even in a doctor's office, so you're not paying her to be in an office. I don't know. but it was worth it to me because I didn't have to get out of bed, and I was not capable of getting out of bed. I was supposed to go pick up my daughter at 8:30 for at some sport thing she was at, and I got to the car and got in the car and then blacked out. So I got out of the car and went back inside and told Mr. Fox, nope, can't do it. You're going to have to go. And I feel so bad. He's been taking on all of the responsibility since I got sick a week and a half ago.
Fuck.
Oh my God. What is happening with the super chats? Do you see this?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out what to do here. Hang on.
Thank God. Get down on your knees and thank the Lord.
Wow. Hang on. I'm just like kind of somebody keep talking for a minute. I have to process this and figure out where to go. Ozzy, explain yourself. Who are you? Where do we find you? And then Megan, while I figure out what the hell to do.
Aussie Overlord over on YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, pretty much all good reputable places for the most part. Been doing quite a few videos, law news and laughter every evening at 7 p.m. Still working out if that's a good time or not, given that it's like having moved to that time slot has like halved my viewership. Not hugely happy about that, but it's more convenient for me and the family. But we're getting through that. Yeah, not quite sure how much more to vamp because I'm still half asleep. I had to have a nap before this. So, Megan, how's things?
Well, I'm over at meganfox.locals.com where I have been really wanting to get back to my peeps over there, but I've been so sick that I've just been posting and not doing live streams, but I'm going to do Tales from the Restaurant soon. I go back to work today, so I should have some tales to tell perhaps tonight. But yeah, meganfox.locals.com. We're having so much fun over there. You got to be there. I did a laundry stream the other day where we're rewatching day 15 of this trial just to get prepped for this. And sweet. it was hilarious. Oh, and by the way, I watched you guys yesterday when I was gone. And I cannot even believe Elaine and her.
Oh, Megan.
And her, Judge, I need your help here. I need your help. What?
It gets worse today.
Oh, great. I can't wait because Hayden, you did a really good job, by the way.
Thank you.
Judge Penny, if she were an Australian male, it was good.
Yeah, we get to worse today, and we better get underway here. So let me clear out these super chats and bewilderment. I'm actually seriously confused as to what to do. So I've thought on my feet, and I've come to a decision.
Huh. Excellent.
Wow. My phone was possessed by Satan. That was weird. My phone just started playing Ricada's stream from earlier today.
That happens to me all the time. In fact, it happened to Flux the other day. She said I took over her phone. My streams kept just playing on her phone. And that's happened to me too, where it just starts playing. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either. But speaking of Flux, thank you so much, Flux, for kicking us off with the $2 super chat. Mom sounds better and looks better. You scared us.
Oh, I'm sorry. But I really did think I was dying last night, man. I thought, this is it. I'm going to die right here.
And Eva Blinks with the member chat for 10 months says, what type of poll is that? Oh, that reminds me. We should talk about today's poll. We didn't talk about today's poll.
Are you going to talk about that huge super chat? Because
we're going to get there. We got to just hang on. I know. Hang on. That's why I want to focus on it here for a bit. The like, subscribe, and vote. Everybody here, we got 401 people and 183 likes. So half of you haven't done your job. Get down there, smash that like button. And please, for the love of God, make sure you're subscribed to me. Please do that for me. And if you have already subscribed to me, just please double check to make sure you're still subscribed because people are getting unsubscribed left and right. If you followed the pre-stream chat, there's several people in there. And some of them have been unsubscribed unceremoniously by YouTube unilaterally for no reason other than, as Megan will be very, very happy to tell us, YouTube is asshole.
Right here, say it with me. YouTube is asshole.
Is asshole, right?
The sign is staying up forever, by the way.
Forever.
It's just forever. Or at
least hit that like button.
Undemonetize me.
Right. Hit the subscribe button and vote in our poll. Today's poll is, what is your state of mind today? Camille, Johnny Depp, Elaine, or Amber? Those are our choices. And I have to admit, I'm feeling pretty Elaine right now. I'm dazed and confused, and I feel out of my element because of Hempland, Texas. This woman bringing the mother effing heat here. I got no words other than help. I don't know what to do. Thank you. So, oh my God.
Wow.
Thank you so much. This wasn't supposed to happen.
I think you
See
should
what
take
happens
a
when
shot.
you challenge chat?
Oh no. Well, see, I was going to
That's
say
what
like
I think.
we unleashed the achievement of dogs at the 100 mark, and that I was going to like have to do something stupid and alcoholic if we ever happened to get to a 300 mark. And she just sort of apparently took that as a, oh, here, figure it out on the fly, genius boy, and did this. And I'm stunned. I'll have to put more thought into this a little quicker, but right now, the best I still don't have a name for it. We'll call it the $300 bad decision. I don't know.
There you go.
I actually quite like that.
I don't even have a glass to do this in. I just
take it right out of the bottle, Jeff. Right out of the
That
bottle.
works really well, though, Jeff. That works really well. Because every day you can do your regular drink of the day and then introduce, and today's bad decision shot is...
Well, see, I figured what I'm going to do is just a little bit of everything I have within arm's reach.
Yep. There you go.
Bourbon. We'll do just a little bit of bourbon. We've got some Cointreau over here.
Oh, that's great. One shot per $100. So put in a shot of Cointreau, shot of bourbon.
Oh no, we're not doing shots. We're building it up to. It'll probably be about 2 shots when we're done.
There you go.
I'm so glad I'm not in the whiskey room anymore. That would be awkward. Here's a little bit of mezcal.
Oh God, I hate that stuff. Ugh.
All right, we're already at the 1 ounce mark. That's a problem.
I hate mezcal. I can't get that taste out of my mouth once it's in there. It's like, oh God.
Sweet vermouth. A little bit of sweet vermouth in there.
What are you doing, Jeff?
I don't know. This is the best
Whatever's
thing
in
on the
reach.
fly. Yeah, a little bit of Campari.
Oh my God.
Wow. Talk about mixing your spirits.
And Aperol.
Oh, wow. Hang on. We can call it the haunted shot because it's a mixture of spirits.
Oh, there you go.
It's just in time. Halloween's around the corner.
It is. Okay, that's like the best we can do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things have gone into this. And it's exactly 1.5 ounces.
I would not want to try this.
It's red.
Ooh.
It smells horrific.
It's going to taste worse.
Hempland, Texas. Let's see what this killer Addictivo cocktail super chat will entertain with us. I should make an Addictivo to make people addicted to these super chats. But wow, here we go. This again has bourbon, Aperol, sweet vermouth, Campari, mezcal, and Cointreau. Ugh.
Oof.
Holy Christ, that's bad.
It was the
tastes like
you shouldn't have put that in there.
it tastes like cherry tequila flavored cough syrup.
Ew.
It's like if you spiked like the red NyQuil with tequila. That's what it tastes like.
Do not say NyQuil to me right now. Do not say NyQuil to me. I've been living on that shit. It's terrible.
Thank you? Question mark, Hempland, Texas. I deeply appreciate that. Wow.
And look at that. You're already $50 towards another one.
Yeah. Nobody do that again until I figure out what I'm going to do. So I'm not doing. I do know that I'm never doing that again. That's what we've learned from this. Thank you. Seriously, honest to God, all joking aside, Hempland, Texas, you're an amazing woman. Thank you so much. And Gin Nerd says, legal vices, drink your own urine. It would have been better. It would have tasted better. Clearly. And
that's your fault
Nicholas
for putting
Starov's
mezcal in it.
Nicholas Starov's trial watch. You need to get more dogs. No, two is enough. It's actually one too many.
Hey, it's time to turn on the doggo cam, isn't it? You got to the doggo.
Well, it is. First things first. And Cried Wolf is given a $50 super sticker.
Oh boy.
Good God. That was bad. Well, thank you so much, Cried Wolf, for just throwing down a super sticker, which is, what is the super sticker? The super sticker is it's the Shina Ibu jumping in the middle of a fireworks festival. Thank you so much for that. Doggo cam, I guess, is the next thing.
Release them.
We'll get around to the sidebar one day. Boy, that just I mean, to say I was unprepared for that was an understatement. things were taken from theory to reality very quickly. Extra camera. There we go. Extra camera. I guess we focus on Yoda's stupid head. All right, there's dumb old Yoda, and we'll bring it on up. All right, there we go.
Aww. Aww. God, how come your dogs are always sleeping? My dog is always chasing his tail or something.
Because yours is a German Shepherd and mine is an English Bulldog.
He's just always into some kind of fucking trouble. It's terrible.
And this is literally all that English Bulldogs do, is exactly what you're seeing right here. They do nothing. 23 hours and 58 minutes of the day. And let's see.
I need a dog like that. I need a dog like that that just sleeps all day.
Oh, and they're gassy. They're just like they sleep and gassy.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. Maybe I don't need that.
All right, there we go.
Them? What are you feeding them?
Costco dog food. There we go.
That's probably why all the gas.
Oh my God. Let's get on with this, peeps. Day 17,
right,
transcript.
Are we getting into the courtroom? I need to get my robe on.
Yeah.
And bring the courtroom back. Let's see. Where's the courtroom?
I need to search for the first sidebar on. No, I didn't have to search very far. Again, it happens immediately after All Rise. Oh, and John Gordon with the $2 pledging $302. Thank you.
Sorry,
so
that's
much.
not the way it works in the YouTube world.
Well, that was it's Meow or Never pledged 301 first, and so John Gordon showed its Meow or Never up by pledging $1 more. So there you go. Oh Lord, I'm stunned. Right.
I would like to call this the session to order.
Yeah,
Can we
what
get
is this,
to the
YMCA
sidebars?
court? All right. Present screen. Present screen, damn it. There we go. Oh my God. Right to. All right. Guys, thank you so much for those ridiculous super chats. You guys are so awesome. You've confused me, and I deserve none of this, but thank you from the very bottom of my cold, dead heart.
Where's Chandler today?
She is under weather with a migraine. She doesn't know if she'll be here.
Thing. Oh.
She will attempt it. I said no pressure.
You know,
not dying is more important.
I suffer with those also, not as badly as she does, but it is hell. It is hell.
Okay, let's see. Of course, apparently people want me to be Bredehoft. You get to be Camille today. How does that sound, Hayden?
Like I'm gonna get lynched.
Oh, you have a voice mod, don't you?
Oh, do we really want to fuck around with that for 20 minutes?
No, that would be
you don't
funny.
have to.
I would love that though. That would be funny. Why am I glitching?
I'll see if I can get it running.
I'm glitching because I'm using a ridiculous background. That's why I'm glitching. I don't have a green screen. I do, but it doesn't work anyway, so I don't use it.
All right. Well, I'll be the bailiff. You be the court. You get to be Mr. Chu for a few minutes.
Who's you? Are you talking to Hayden?
I'm talking to Hayden. Yeah.
All right.
You're gonna have your hands full being
okay
today. We're gonna have Megan. You and I are gonna have some long discussions today.
These are not PJs. This is my YouTube judge's robe. It's a graduation.
She sleeps in gold lame.
This is my gold lame judge's robe. Hey, I go to great lengths to build a scene for you people. Now just shut up and let us continue.
She's either a Southern Baptist choir person or she's a member of Boney M. We haven't figured it out yet. I'm gonna I have to send one message here telling my coworker that no, I'm not doing any work tonight. Forgot a deadline, not my problem. Sorry about this. There, done. Ow, don't hit the microphone. Okay, all rise. Please be seated and come to order.
All right. Good morning.
Mr. Chu.
Oh, hang on. I'm still fixing on the last one. Ah.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. Do we have any preliminary matters before the jury comes out?
A couple, Your Honor, on our end.
Sure.
Sidebar.
What do we got? Good morning.
Good morning.
So, the first one is we owe an exhibit.
Okay. Which exhibit is it?
This is 188A. Should I make her sound a little more feminine?
No.
I liked your first voice. It was like you're way too low now.
You saw what I drank. My vocal cords are rebelling at this point.
Don't make me laugh. It makes me
All right.
cough.
Okay.
All right. 188A, and that is already in evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. It needs some redactions.
Okay. Are they the redactions for 188A? Okay. Got it.
The next thing, Your Honor. We have a brief that we just filed under seal this morning. We'll get it out from under the seal and put it on the record. Sorry. Shut up.
Okay.
To keep the identities of the jurors sealed for 1 year following the verdict for...
Okay. Do you have any objection to that?
I don't. I don't think so.
I think that would be fine. Actually, I think they would feel comfortable to do that.
Okay, that's what we thought.
Take a look. I put it to the
Line
side.
19.
Wait, what? All right.
Line
I'll
19.
Well, quit moving the screen on me while I'm in the middle of reading. All right. I grant that motion unless there's any issues with it. You want to read it first?
If we could, Your Honor.
Take a look. I put it to the side. Maybe in the afternoon I'll sign it, okay?
Oh, thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we have two very brief ones.
Okay, sure.
One relates to the article that dealt with a piece of evidence Your Honor had excluded because it was submitted late.
Okay.
So clearly the result of the bench conference was leaked to their PR person, who quoted it in an article, who sent an article to Lockhart, so you probably haven't had a chance to see it. But clearly, it's been leaked, and...
You don't know who leaked it, though.
We don't know who leaked it. It was transferred as a photograph, Your Honor. Oh, fuck it. I can't do it. Not to Camille.
Maybe dial it back to 6.
Okay, wait. Where are we?
We're on line 22.
Right.
Is that your...
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, did we do that?
For fuck's sake,
we-
Jeff.
Shut
I'm
up.
getting seasick.
Okay, never mind. Like this
Oh,
bothers
I
you?
can't even look at the screen.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, sorry. There we go. Line
Stop.
1. That you.
Okay.
We believe it was planted by Mr. Depp's side. We think Mr. Waldman leaked it or modified it this past weekend. We can look at the... Well, this is important. This is the photo they say that we released. So if you can see here, Your Honor, somebody in this courtroom took a picture of the...
Yeah, I think that's from Court TV, unfortunately.
That's the photograph, Your Honor.
The photograph is the one.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's from Court TV.
The photograph was one Your Honor excluded. We obviously wouldn't leak something. This is the split lip she had.
Well, the jury's not supposed to be looking at anything. I really don't know who's doing anything.
No, we understand. We would hope that there would be some kind of...
Well, I can tell you that I wasn't thrilled that both of them made public statements either. I was not thrilled about that at all. So that's both sides. So that, I do know, came from their source.
Oh, shit.
So I would appreciate it if we don't do any more public statements in the middle of a trial, correct? Both sides?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, keep that in mind because it's going to come back a little bit later.
Can I ask what public
Yes.
statement is she talking about? I don't remember public statements happening in the middle of
Don't
the
know.
trial.
I don't remember either.
Huh. Okay.
And by the way, I forgot to mention this at the beginning. Why, if people are like, what's going on? Why are you doing this? This trial's been over for like a year and a half. This is because these have just only been recently released out into the wild. and we get to see what's going on behind the scenes. These are all the private, off the record, well, on the record, obviously, but I mean, out of the public listening sphere. These are the secret sidebar conversations that took place, and they are really weird. And if you thought Elaine Bredehoft was weird and incompetent before you hear the sidebars, well, strap yourselves in and get ready for the rest of this ride. And right now we are in the middle of Amber Heard's testimony.
Line.
Right. So yes. 12.
Where are we at?
12.
12 on the left or the right?
Left.
Okay.
So right. That was PR.
Well, that should still be.
Understood, Your Honor.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay.
We understand that. The matter is final, Your Honor. Has heard about the hasta la muerte knife?
The knife, yes.
We would like to bring it into the courtroom. We know, obviously, would need Your Honor's approval to do that.
Okay. For?
Just to show.
This is for closing, or is it going into evidence?
Just for cross. Just to show the
cross.
Because she's now saying that these alleged abuses occurred earlier, then she's changing her story. But the point is, it's all the more probative to show the jury how unlikely it would be that she were actually getting beat to have this knife.
All right. So you won't put it into evidence, but you want to bring it in for a demonstrative?
We want to bring it in, but we wanted Your Honor's approval.
Any objection?
That's fine.
Let the deputies know.
We will. We just wanted to ask you first.
One more thing, Your Honor. It's about the transcript. I looked at the argument on the motion to strike and the response motion to strike, and Mr. Chu called Amber Heard a serial abuser. But she not only abused Mr. Depp, but others as well, which is a violation of motion in limine. There's no evidence that's come out on that.
Although the jury wasn't here.
No.
Okay.
Well, my point is that he did say that, and it's not in evidence yet. I'm going to get the final text because I didn't have it. I didn't want to interrupt, Your Honor, but I do want to make sure that we don't have that happening in closings, for example.
I don't remember whether I said that or not.
I don't know, but the jury wasn't here.
If that was said...
Correct. The jury was not here. He called her a serial abuser to Mr. Depp and others.
Your Honor, respectfully, there was evidence already. Dr. Curry testified that she hasn't reviewed her transcript, and Rocky Pennington swears. Rocky Pennington testified that Amber had struck her too, so that is in evidence.
That's not abusive.
Sure it is.
Right, it doesn't matter. It's a non sequitur, actually.
Violence against women, it certainly is.
All right, let's go. Thank you. Welcome back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wait, this is Bredehoft saying Rocky Pennington testified that Amber hit her. Well,
that's not abusive. What the fuck,
okay.
Elaine?
So no, I would let that in and say, okay, well, let's make sure the jury hears that. So they say, yeah, Amber, Johnny Depp hit Amber, but that's not abuse. She admits it.
Oh, Lord.
That would be fun.
And also, what is she bitching about if the jury wasn't in the room when he said that? It doesn't matter.
Right.
They didn't hear it.
She was just trying to score points with the judge.
She's wasting time. She's wasting my time. You're wasting this court's time, and I'm sick of it, Elaine. Sit down.
But I like how she's sort of making her shame as like it's a win for her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, he said that she was a serial abuser. And the judge's like, yeah, but the jury wasn't in the room. Right. The jury wasn't in the room. Well, like that's somehow a win for her.
It's very strange. I also think that has to do with protecting the transcripts that would come out later, because they know that at some point people are going to review the transcripts, like we are doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see all the details that we may have missed because of, this sort of thing. And she's trying to protect her lying ass client.
You can't hide those lying ass. Backfired.
Especially not when it's as fat as Amber's.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah. A show of hands. Who here has ever hit one of their friends in a department store? Like flat out punched a friend in a department store.
I would say women. I would say women. Dudes do that all the time. It's like, hey,
Yeah, I was gonna
Hayden,
say.
what? Bam.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that
yeah.
funny?
Okay,
It's a
we
guy
can't-
thing.
It's a guy thing. We can't include men in this. But which women
Yeah.
have like just hauled off and hit a friend while you're out somewhere? I mean, it's unheard of. It's not normal. This woman is an abuser, a serial abuser. Just got to get that off my chest.
That's how dudes say we like you.
Right. When you guys do it, it's like you're bonding. And when
Yeah.
That's
women do
exactly what it
it's
is.
abuse.
Yeah. It's like, haha, you got punched in the head, dumbass. You shouldn't have looked at me. Yeah. If your friends ever say, if that's just like a rule of life. If you're a guy and one of your guy friends taps you on the shoulder, don't look or look the other way. Never look towards the tap. That's just a fact of life. Nothing good is going to happen.
I've been watching Mr. Fox interact with our eldest daughter, Spawn's boyfriend.
Ooh,
And
how's that going?
it's a trip. She's been dating the same kid now for like 6 months.
Oh.
And no sign of it going away. So,
she said with a chagrin in her voice.
no. I like him. I think he's adorable. But my husband is funny. He's just been ignoring him, for this entire time. And he just speaks to him sort of when spoken to, but other than that, he pretty much ignores him. And it's getting to the point where that's going to have to end. So now I'm expecting him to take him somewhere. And good luck to him. Just like on a fishing trip or something.
Oh god,
This kid is brave though, so I expect it'll go fine.
Shit, I can't remember what the name of the comedian, the one that goes with Jeff Foxworthy, but he's the one that's got not
Cable guy,
Ron White, not the other one,
Larry the Cable guy.
No, not Larry, the other guy, the unassuming guy, like the dad, and he's
Carrot
just like,
Top?
No, Carrot Top, what the fuck?
Bert
No,
Kreischer.
he goes, maybe because he goes, and so my daughter's brought home a boyfriend, and my plan is to sit him down very carefully and say, "Now you look at me, boy. That there's my little girl, and you remember these words. I got no problem going back to prison."
I don't think he'll go that far, but it's
Daily
just funny.
quick bites.
He gives him the cold shoulder, and I know that eventually that's going to have to end. And
Oh, it was
I'm
Bill,
watching
thank
it
you.
happening.
Yeah. Bill at
Engvall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daily Quick Bite says, Legal Vices, I'm glad nut shots weren't a thing when I was growing up. Younger dudes are crazy with that shit. How old are you? They were a thing when I was growing up. That was just like
the
thing.
nut shots are terrible.
Yeah.
That happened to my kid at school, and last year, and some little jerk kicked him right in the nuts for no reason. And he'd never had that happen before. He'd never had that happen before. And
means he's got a friend.
Oh, I don't think so. No, that's not how that went.
It depends whether or not he kicks him back or not.
No, he didn't. He was on the
He was
floor
laying on the
crying.
ground throwing up. Yeah.
He was throwing up on the ground. Yeah, I don't.
So it's just like fashion. Just male torture things just come back again. And it's like just like 80s fashion coming back. 80s nut shots are coming back. It ain't pleasant. But revenge is sweet. Jeff sounds like Roz from Monsters Inc. Yeah, I was noticing that yesterday. So there was some Roz creeping in the voice. But again, this happens right at the beginning of the trial. Now we got onto the second one. Short one. Thank fuck for that. Go ahead. Line 5.
Okay. Any objection to 390A?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay.
May we approach?
Okay.
Now we're going southern again. Your Honor, I have an objection to the defense counsel using plaintiff's exhibits.
That's fair game.
Indirect examination.
That's fair game.
Okay, thank you.
Exhibits be exhibits. You use them.
Wow, that's a rare misstep for Camille. Far out.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I would have expected her not to make that mistake. All exhibits can be used.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, even I know that. I'm not a lawyer.
You show something to the jury. It's open
they
for both
can
It's
use
sides.
fair
it.
game.
What was the exhibit they were using? I wonder.
I don't know. Let's see.
Was it?
Going to ask you to bring up Depp
398.
exhibits.
Oh,
It's
a recording. It's a
Oh,
recording.
yeah, especially recordings.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you're going to use whatever you think you can use.
Right. And speaking of things you can use, let's use this break to bring Brian Miller's $5 super chat. Me and my male friends peanut tap each other in public, so we cry on the
There's
floor.
something terribly
Exactly.
wrong with men. You're just something really wrong with you.
It's like hey, there's three of us. Let's make Billy crumple on the floor in the middle of the mall. Everybody will think that's funny.
I will say the one upside to the little one getting in the nut shot was that he now is a lot more careful when he jumps on his dad. Because he has jumped on his dad's nuts so many times. And his dad screams and pushes him off and goes, "Oh my God, don't do that." And he didn't really understand until he got hit in the nuts. And then all of a sudden he's like, "I'm so sorry, Dad. I didn't, I'm sorry."
Knowledge has become wisdom.
Woo. Oh, it makes me sick when I see that happen to one of my boys. Oh,
It makes me sick when it happens to me. All right.
Oh,
Who wants to be Amber?
All the time. Squid Pro Crow. The kids are brutal on Dad's nuts. Always jumping on them.
What?
Always jumping on them. It's true. Children do this
Yeah.
when they're roughhousing with dads. They end up jumping right on his nuts. It's terrible.
All right. Hayden, do you want to be Amber here? You can be Amber.
I don't know if I possess that enough evil or not.
I can be Amber.
Look,
I can do it.
Strawberry's cleaning out his
look
face.
At this. There's like doggo love going on.
Yeah, she's cleaning her face.
It's dog cist. Lovely.
All right. Ew.
I can do Amber.
Please describe what Mr. Depp was saying in January 2016.
He was talking to people who weren't there, meaning people who were not in the room. He was communicating with people and sounds and voices that weren't there. I know, because I was sometimes in the room and sometimes on the phone with him, and he would tell me that I had a conversation with him that I did not have. He would say I said something that I did not have. He would comment on somebody being in the room behind me that wasn't there. It was terrifying. It was terrifying because once he smashed a board right next to my face, and it was unclear to me whether he was even mad at me or he was convinced that the guy he said he saw me with was in the room. I forgot to look at the jury. I didn't know he was in, if Johnny felt the man was in the room with us or not at that point. But I remember he put his fist through the whiteboard in the kitchen. He hallucinated right in front of me. And
objection, calls for speculation.
Don't use the word hallucinate.
Sorry.
Just describe what led you to believe.
Your Honor, objection.
I'll sustain the objection. She can testify to what she observed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Please tell the jury what you observed.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Okay.
Excuse me 1 second. Strawberry, are you paying the medical bills? Are you paying the bill for infected ears? Knock that shit off. If you pay the bills, you can lick the ears to your heart's content. Until you pay the vet bills, stop licking ears. Thank you.
Well, all I'm saying is that technically they pay $100 towards the vet bills.
True.
Just put some here. Listen, just put some apple cider vinegar on a little paper towel and wipe her ears with it, and Strawberry will stop licking them.
See, my dogs are weird. It's like you're supposed to like lemon juice. My dogs love lemon juice.
Try the apple cider vinegar. They don't like vinegar, and the apple cider vinegar will help keep away the ear infection too.
Well, I will do that.
Try that
because that's cheaper than $150 worth of
medicine. It is, and I deal with chronic ear infections in my dog, and I'm telling you, try the apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, chronic ear infection.
Does that work on kids too?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Why are your kids licking each other's ears? That's
if it's a yeast,
they do all sorts of crazy shit at daycare. Don't even get me started.
Hayden, if it's a yeast-based ear infection, then you might want to look that up.
All right, that's enough. Let's move on to the sidebar.
She's coaching the witness and she's testifying. It is so inappropriate.
She's allowed to do. She described
what she observed. She's talking about your questions.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, just your questions are leading to the answers. I mean, just what she observed, what she saw.
Well, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Open court and scene. There we go. Elaine's
You
not even
lying
paying
sack of
attention.
crap, Elaine.
Oh, you think she's lying? Okay. Those are either of those aren't great choices. Either she's lying or she's not paying attention. Neither one is a great thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I hate Elaine. Wonder what she's doing for money these days.
I was going to make a joke about turning tricks, but dear God, I would hope not.
Well, see, I was going to say she's like pole dancing in some shady bar outside the courthouse in somewhere in Virginia.
Do not need that mental picture at all. Nope.
She's at some place called, the gavel and hammer or something.
I need brain bleach. Someone, please. All I can see is Elaine slithering around a pole in that bad suit. Oh,
with those granny panties showing,
Oh God, and like stockings falling down, like rumpled around her ankles.
People
what
throwing
if anything
Susan
more
B.
do you want to see?
At her.
The guys are paying for her to keep her clothes on.
Yeah. No. Yeah, she reaches for the button. People start throwing 50s. No.
No. She starts off naked, and then it's the quickest money she's ever made to get her clothes back on.
Kind of like a mystery shot thing.
Hair back up, glasses on. Glasses off, hair up, hair down. No, lights off, hair up, glasses on.
Line 10, Megan Fox.
All right. Are we ready for the jury?
Rush to Judgment says, you upset the pups. Now they're sad.
They're like, we were just trying to show love and affection. We get screamed at for it.
I'll make sure. Caldrax says, I'll make sure to send you the bill for this particular psychiatric session.
Truthfully, though, you did get a $300 super chat, so that should cover the vet bill.
Yeah, for 2 months. All right. Let's have line 10.
All right. Are we ready for the jury? Wow, that was a loud truck.
Sorry. Was that your truck?
It was outside my house.
Oh, it sounded like my truck. It was that loud. It was like outside my window.
Yeah, it was really loud. It must have been one of those huge ones. I have a state road out here, so big trucks go by.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, could we come up?
Sure.
2 things. One, we've issued another statement. We'd like to ask... They've issued another statement. We'd like to ask them to withdraw the statement.
So remember that? It was like 20 minutes ago. She said no more fucking PR statements from anybody. Well, Amber's team has released another press release, which again, 2 days ago, their PR agent got thrown out of court basically for disobeying court orders.
Well, he was not only issuing statements during court. Now I'm remembering this because he was also threatening to sue people like me and others in the middle of this trial. And he was doing ridiculous things. He was absolutely, what was his name? Grab Ass Shane. Yeah, David Shane. Grab Ass David Shane.
That's right. He had to. He was a Russell Brand sort of guy. Yeah,
he got me too'd in the middle of the trial, and I was the only one to defend this asshole. And then he tried to sue me for it, which was
no
hilarious.
good deed goes unpunished.
And if you guys can go back and listen to Nick Ricada's stream of me and him reading that letter that I got from his attorney, you will laugh so hard you'll hurt yourself internally. I swear, it's so funny. This letter that they sent me. Hilarious.
I hope you got that framed.
Typos. Oh God, it's hysterical. My favorite part is at the very top. It says "not for publication."
Right.
Oh, good times. David Shane.
Even Strawberry's bewildered by that one.
Strawberry's giving good face to the camera again.
Yeah, but she just won't decide if she's going to be up or down. Just one of the two, Doug. All right. So cue angry, exasperated, really super pissed off judge, because here she comes.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
All right. Wait.
Start with line 17 again.
All right.
2 things. One, they've issued another statement. We'd like to ask them to withdraw the statement.
I'm not aware of any statements, Your Honor.
Bullshit.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Another press statement since your order.
I am unaware.
It's in People magazine.
Just now?
Yeah.
I have been physically at the podium, Your Honor, since you talked to me. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Well, the first thing I did when you admonished us was I contacted our PR.
Has anyone contacted the PR to tell them that they can't?
Yeah, but they retracted.
I think we did.
This morning, right?
Did you contact
Oh, no.
PR and tell them not to issue any statements this morning? Yeah.
This morning, right?
Right after. There were statements that were issued from, I understand, both sides before Your Honor ruled.
Right. I understand.
And I told him, and he's not done anything since then. Yeah, there's been no statement.
There's a statement, Your Honor. I can read it to you.
I mean, it may have been that came out after your ruling, but the statement was made. Whatever was said, and I don't know what it was, it could have been before you said it. I can show you the email for it.
We would ask the statement be retracted since it's after Your Honor's.
How can you retract a statement? Oh, good fucking question, Elaine.
Yeah, you can't. It's toothpaste.
Mm.
Not
Here,
a
let's
tooth.
issue a statement. What do you want us to do? We already issued it. Can you retract a statement?
Can you retract
What's
the
that?
statement?
I can let him know. I can ask him. Sure.
Also, we had a motion on for prior acts of violence
Okay.
before the cross. Before the cross. We wanted to give you an opportunity to review it before the cross. Before the cross.
All right. I'll review it.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Wait, hang on. Why are we not scrolling? There we go. There.
What?
Line 18.
Oh, he was just asked to go out so he could contact him.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, if we could have an instruction to the witness, she's not to characterize. So I told my therapist, or I told my friend, but I can't tell you what I told them. That's inappropriate. She's characterizing hearsay, and it's complete contradiction of...
I agree. She's not allowed to say hearsay, but she can tell things and then say what she did as a result. That's perfectly appropriate.
The problem that I have is she's literally looking at the jury saying, well, I can't tell you what I told my therapist, but let me tell you.
She's able to do... Your Honor has ruled that she can.
I know that she can, but just to testify, not to characterize things. That's all.
I think she's doing her best, but I can't discuss her testimony with her, so...
She knows exactly what she's doing.
Do you want to tell her really quick? She's not to characterize, just what she observed and what she saw.
Well, I think she's trying to do that. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to tell her, you know? I think...
She keeps saying, she said it 4 or 5 times. She's saying to the jury, well, I can't tell you, but this is what I understand.
Well, if it happens again, I'll have to admonish her myself.
Go, Judge A!
All right, I'll be fine.
Okay,
thank
thank
you.
you. Oh, shit. Thank you, Your Honor. Elaine finally using half the brain cell that she has. Wow, so that's literally Judge A saying that if Amber herself did something, she was going to skip over Elaine and admonish her herself. That's interesting. Like,
Yeah, well, that thing she's
Amber's pissed her
doing
off.
is
Yeah.
I can't tell you what she told me, but this is what she told me. I can't tell you what I told my therapist, but let me tell you what I told her.
But even also saying, and I told my therapist about it, is not okay either, because you can't corroborate any of that. It's hearsay. So she can't even say that. What she's trying to do is give an air of believability to her testimony by putting in these, third parties. Well, I told my therapist, I told my mother, I told so-and-so. Well, who cares? Who the fuck cares who you told? You can't, unless they are being called here to testify, it can't come in. So even just suggesting it, though, is just manipulative.
Burning sensation. Elaine is the sound of one hand clapping. I like that. I am so stealing that. There's so many people in my life I can apply that to. Camille was sick of her shit.
Fuck, I just went to type something in and I literally just typed Friday before one hand clapping. Thank you.
Ooh, weird. I hate when that happens.
King
Is it legally
Ginger.
binding when a lawyer sends a mail saying not for publication? No.
No, the closest we
no.
have is when you say without prejudice, but generally that can't be used in court. It can still be released to the public generally. Don't do it.
I just had a bastard opponent like literally fucking today file a lawsuit against our client, including 2 without prejudice letters in the complaint.
No shit.
I'm fucking pissed. That's what, yeah. There's going to be a really bad letter written tomorrow.
Let me just also say, never, ever, ever send a letter to a journalist with the words "not for publication" on it.
It's like a red flag to a bull.
No, yeah,
But
never,
I thought it was
ever,
off the record.
never, ever, because that will never, ever be honored. There is no. That's just a. They're just reaching. They're trying to make you think they have some kind of authority, but you don't have any fucking authority over me, David Shane, in California, and I'm in New York.
Amendment.
Good luck. Good luck with that. I don't care how much you paid your lawyers. They can't tell me not to speak. Fuck you.
Wank Shaftesbury. This is not a character. This is Elaine we're doing. This is Elaine. She's not a character. She's a human being. She's probably a mother. Oh, now I'm pissed again. God damn it, I got over that. Now I'm livid at this fucker again. I mean, it's literally underlined, bolded with 3 exclamation marks after it, without prejudice, right at the top of the letter. And two of those letters were in the fuck off. What an asshole. All right, sorry.
And you just know that the judge isn't going to do anything about it either.
Inner peace. Well, it's an arbitrator, so they can. It kind of pisses.
Oh, it's through arbitration. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, chat.
Unfortunately.
Chat. Send him another $250 so you can have another one of those mixed shots and calm down.
Yeah. No. No one is able to get me to stop talking. I know. Fuck me. Not for lack of trying.
Including Jeff on his own stream.
Anything else? No, never mind. Okay. All right. So Io is talking. You can't tell us what he said, okay?
Objection, Your Honor. May we approach?
Okay.
Sidebar.
Yes, ma'am.
And now Ms. Bredehoft is doing what we just...
That was an instruction. I don't have a problem with that. That's fine, okay?
Thanks, Your Honor.
Although I kind of feel like, why is that okay? If Amber can't say that exact
it's still okay because it technically was an instruction as to how not to. It's not leading because it's here's how you have to answer the question without telling us what you specifically are going to say about the question. Yeah. It's towing the line, but it's close enough. I can understand why Camille made the objection, if only to break Elaine's rhythm in that set of questioning.
Yeah,
but she was never going to win that one.
Yeah. I agree. It was good. All right. And more pictures. And does this accurately depict the scene portrayed in the picture?
Yes, it does.
All right. And I also see that there is this little what we call metadata item on there. How do you get that on a picture? How does that happen? Can you just describe briefly?
Objection, Your Honor. That's speculation, lack of foundation.
If you want to approach.
Lack of foundation, speculation, and hearsay.
It's not lack of foundation. I'm asking her how she gets on, how they put it on there. They put it on there at the time they took the picture.
She's not here as an expert. She's just here.
She's just here. Right.
She's just here
it doesn't
pissing us all off.
You're right. It doesn't require expert testimony.
Oh,
this is on the next series of photos, Your Honor. And it's on there because they put it on there as the picture was being taken. You have to put it on your iPhone. Everybody has it on their iPhone. They can press that button, and that's part of it. It's not an extra feature. Elaine has no fucking clue what she's talking about.
No, she does not. And more to the point. I think I just had a mini stroke.
Don't worry, Camille will set her straight here in the next paragraph.
But that's inaccurate. So the picture is taken, obviously it's taken without that. After the fact, what you can do is just put a little icon on, just to show when the picture was taken. That can be manipulated, of course, Your Honor. And what I suspect is that they did was took a screenshot of the phone, her iPad, that has the information bar at the top of the picture.
Oh.
Well, she can testify to what she did, and they can have expert witnesses in their case.
That's hearsay, Your Honor.
This is on the pictures, Your Honor.
No.
She can testify as to how she put it on the pictures is fine. You can cross-examine on it, but we're not going to get into what metadata is or any of that.
Well, I wasn't going to.
Yes, you were. That's literally the question.
I was just trying to explain how it got on there.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Open court. All right.
Okay, she can't be this stupid. She has to be playing dumb. She literally asked the fucking question. How does this happen? Can you describe it briefly? Well, I wasn't going to ask her to describe about the metadata or what it does. I was just going to ask her exactly how it got on there in the first place. And how the hell is she supposed to know that? Because she's not a fucking expert.
You're right.
What is the dog doing?
Just tunneling. If you take a piss, how good.
Aww. Uh-oh, more ear licking is coming.
Yeah, we all got to watch Strawberry pee on the bed the other night, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and then Yoda laid in it.
Yeah.
Gross.
Just Musk marking each other's scents and whatnot.
Well,
we've been doing this for an hour, so now is a good time to do our midstream grift. We've been doing this an hour, and we're about 1/3 of the way through this day.
All right, good. Midstream grift. I'm taking a break. This thing is hot as hell.
It is.
All right.
Just like you, Megan Fox. Okay. Oh, you've destroyed your background somehow.
Yeah,
too.
I know. I've had to take that down for a minute.
All right, Megan Fox. While you're disrobing, quite literally.
Yeah. Don't make me laugh.
Sorry. Meganfox.locals.com. Where else can we find you?
Well, I'm still on YouTube, and but I've just been demonetized over there because, again, everybody, YouTube is asshole. And they have demonetized me, but I'm still there. But what I mainly am doing is content on Locals. I do free content there, and I also do paid content. But you got to follow me over there, and you can follow for free. And if you haven't downloaded the Locals app on your phone, please, why? Everybody you love is going to be taken off of YouTube eventually, including Jeff. I mean, Russell Brand is gone. Everybody's going to be taken off. None of your favorite creators are going to be able to make money on YouTube. So follow them on Rumble. I have a Rumble channel. You can follow me there, although I haven't been putting up much content lately because I have just been really busy. But Locals is the place. Locals is where they are not censoring us. They let us do whatever the hell we want, which is great. Say whatever we want. And they also help creators. So please go over to Locals, put it on your phone today and follow your favorite creators. And you can follow everybody for free. And then if you decide you want to support the programming, then you do. But meganfox.locals.com is where I'm doing a hilarious series called Tales from the Restaurant, telling stories of the crazy assholes and the white claw cunts that I have to wait on at the restaurant. And Jesus.
Let's call them WCCs.
The WCCs are the absolute worst. And at least one of them is always wearing a tiara too, which I don't know if you know this, but it's like a rule.
Say what?
A tiara, a crown. Like when the WCCs come into the restaurant, at least one in the group of these blonde bitches is wearing a tiara, and they expect you to treat them like some kind of reincarnation of Princess Grace. It's hilarious.
Why? Why is she wearing a tiara?
Because their parents failed them. Because their parents owe us apologies and reparations for unleashing these harpies into the world. And they come and they order White Claw and they harass the staff and they swear and scream. And it's incredible. And this happens at least once every weekend. And usually it's in a bachelorette party, which is what my absolute least favorite group to wait on is a bachelorette party. And by the way, my experience in the restaurant business has just solidified to me that women are the absolute worst. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my sex. I'm ashamed of them. But every single problem, like customer I've had, has been some woman or another, especially wearing a tiara. Yeah, those are the worst.
Oh, go! Are you doing it? It was Tuesday. It's like a true crime Tuesday or whatever you call them. Is that what we're doing today?
Oh, and I'm going to do a true crime Tuesday, probably next Tuesday on Russell Brand.
Okay.
We're going to do this Russell Brand thing, and of course it has elevated now to the level of crime, and so that will fit into True Crime Tuesday. But yeah, I'm still doing that, but I'm doing it over on Locals. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of a live on YouTube and then push everybody to Rumble and Locals after about an hour.
All right. And so we have Paige here saying she has to drink White Claw, thank you very much, because of celiac disease, but that's what whiskey's for.
Yeah, you don't have to drink White Claw. White Claw is terrible. It's first of all, if you order it out at a restaurant, you're paying like $8 a can for that shit. Yeah. Don't do that. Get whiskey. Yeah, get whiskey, get vodka, get a gin and tonic. Oh my God, are you drinking a White Claw right now, Hayden?
Fuck no, that's the emergency can. No, I'm drinking a cider. Dickens cider. For all your good choices.
Lesbians tip well. Yeah,
that's true. Lesbians tip really well. The old school lesbians, though, not the new ones. The new ones are terrible. Yeah.
Speaking of, never mind. Ozzy, tell us who you are and where we can find you.
So I am the fuzzy koala that does the law, news, and laughter on his YouTube channel. As Megan said, yes, I too am looking forward to my YouTube mandated holiday as we come into election season. So it's just going to be one of those days where you'll have to follow me over on Rumble and Locals. And yes, go and hit me up on Twitter. I try and be as funny and comedic as I can there because it gives me time for me not to stick my foot in my mouth. Although occasionally the stubby thumbs do mean that there's the odd, like, typographical error in there. But yeah, we try and have some fun with things. And if you don't want to listen to mainstream media, come and listen to me. I go through it and tear them a whole new one so that you can find out exactly what the fuck is going on. But yeah, Law, News, and Laughter, people, 7 p.m. EST.
Aussie Overlord. That's the name of the channel. Get over there. Like them both, subscribe to them, just do everything. And as for me and my dogs here, tomorrow will be O.J. Simpson. Every Thursday we do an O.J. Simpson retrospective so that you can see how it's possible that a jury came back with a not guilty verdict in that case. How the seeds of reasonable doubt were planted. Not trying to change anybody's mind. That's not why we do it. We just want to show you great lawyers doing things very well at the top of the very, very peak of their career. So we do that every Thursday with Chandler Remington, assuming that she's able to do that tomorrow. If not, it'll just be me solo. Friday evening U.S. time will be The Unexplained with me, Flux, and very, very likely Danny on Direct, our usual Unexplained streamer. We're going to be talking about shortwave station numbers channels, which is these strange channels where people just read numbers at like certain intervals all day, 24 hours a day. Then Monday will be a Maritime Monday. Hopefully I'll have an interview lined up with the founder of Nomadic Watches in Belfast, Ireland. He's a seafarer kind of guy. He has great sea stories to tell. He talk a little bit about his watch brand. I own one of them myself, and the maritime history of Dublin, Ireland, which includes the building of the Titanic. Many people don't know it was built in Belfast, Ireland. So we'll have him on talking about that on Monday, hopefully. If not, it'll be the following week. Tuesday morning, we'll probably be doing this. Tuesday evening, we will be doing a very, very special stream with Solomon Anderson and Chandler Remington. And apparently Hayden hasn't answered his text messages yet, Solomon said. Because Tuesday is like a wrongfully accused liberation day or something like that. It's like a day for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, depending on timing, I'll be there. It's just whether or not it's 2 a.m. for me or not.
No, it'll be Wednesday morning our time. like 11 to 1 your time.
Ooh, okay. I'll have to check whether or not I got clients then, because that's middle of my workday.
Yeah, it's a holiday here, so it lucked out.
Oh,
So that's
lucky
what's
you.
coming up for the next week. And we currently have 661 people here, 379 likes. Come on, people, get that up to 600 likes. We should be to 600 likes like that. Just do it. Get it. And we've had 20 new members. Oh, wait a minute. That means somebody gifted memberships, and we didn't catch it. It didn't come up on our.
I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
we said we got, or unless that was like yesterday. I don't know. Remember? Nope. If somebody has gifted memberships, I'm not aware of it because it didn't come up, and I don't see anyone who's gifting memberships. Weird.
Yeah, actually, I can't see it come up in the chat either. Interesting.
Jeff, I shared a
Yes.
screen with you of some WCCs in the wild caught on video.
Oh, like on Twitter? Oh, here it is.
This is how you can identify WCCs in the wild. I guarantee you every single one of these bitches is drinking White Claw. Ready?
Nice. I'm coming for you.
They have no boundaries. They don't take no for an answer.
And
This
they're
is
never
how they
around when you need them.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to I'm watching YouTube Studio. I'm refreshing
Dog
YouTube.
doing. Look at the dog.
Just,
dog is
just
like-
being Strawberry. Just freaking out. I'm so used to it, I don't even notice it anymore. Oh, yeah, we did. Tank Rat gifted 10 memberships. I had to refresh for all this to come up. Tank Rat gifted 10 memberships about an hour and 2 minutes ago. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed that. It didn't pop up. Thank you so much. And Sonia or Chris also exactly 1 hour ago gifted 10 Legal Vices memberships. Again, it didn't pop up. I'm very, very sorry for that. I refreshed it and now I can see it. Apologies. Flux says thank you. Flux got one of them. So if any of you got a gifted membership in the past hour and 2 minutes, please give him a big spooper special. Thank you for that. Right. That leads us back into our program here. We got 402 likes. Come on, people. We could have 700 likes, 300 more likes. Make me. Never mind. I just self-censored myself. Let's get right back into this thing here. Thank you, everybody, for all of the generosity you've shown so far. Let's get those likes up. Let's get at least to 600 so YouTube puts us out and says, hey, look, there's some super sum special going on here. Everybody go check it out. All right. We shall return to the next round here. Okay, we got through this little thing called metadata items.
I think my fever's back. I think my fever's back, so I'm not going to put the robe back on it. It's too hot.
Yeah, don't do that. Your Honor, I'm going to move the admission of defendant 708.
Any objection to 708?
Your Honor, I would just ask the picture be redacted on hearsay grounds.
Your Honor.
On the metadata.
Okay, if you want to approach.
Metadata.
Okay.
Sidebar. Metadata is not hearsay, Your Honor. It's not hearsay. It's not an out-of-court statement. It's just like a photo. It's just like a video. It's just part.
No, that's the DNA.
It's not an out-of-court statement. It's not by acoustic.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
It's the DNA of the photograph. Batch DNA, which can be manipulated. It is text, and it is hearsay.
It's not an article or a statement, and we have expert witnesses, Your Honor.
That can testify to it.
They can testify to it. Until we have an expert witness, I'll sustain the objection, all right?
All right. Oh, my God. Elaine has no clue what metadata is.
Well,
she has no clue what a lot of things are. What?
Yeah, it goes to open court. Then, hang on. Are you still going to talk about what she says after that?
Oh, should we? One moment. Okay, Your Honor, we have like literally 5 lines until the next sidebar.
All right, so we might as well read them. Yeah.
Yeah. Your Honor, one moment, please.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to move this faster within the rules.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, all right. I'm going to move the admission of 708 with the redaction, Your Honor.
Okay, any objection to that? Camille?
Oh, I honestly thought that was going to be more interesting. Never mind. There still needs to be another redaction at the top, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll get it. All right.
Thank you.
708 with the redactions, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. And I would also like the record to reflect that we're publishing this for the jury.
Yes, no objection, correct? Yes, there you go.
Okay, I would like the record to reflect that this was the photo that was shown to Officer Sains and Officer...
Objection, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we couldn't put them in at this time. We hadn't identified them at the time. We hadn't identified them. Now the jury should be entitled to know which photo was shown.
Your Honor, we ask that we approach.
Okay, you can approach. That's fine.
Sidebar.
Your Honor, I
believe it's in the record. That's the one we didn't get in with the deposition because...
They hadn't been identified yet.
Because they hadn't been identified yet. So they were the ones used in the deposition?
Yes, and I've got them linked up exactly to the exhibit numbers.
I'll allow it, okay?
thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
The open card. Well, that was exciting, Hayden.
Yeah, sorry about that. I read through the first few things. I thought, oh, Elaine's going to try and get something through here. Oh, wait, no. This is really boring. I fucked up.
Well, now the exciting development is this. As you can see, this is the point where I figured out how to do block colors and not just line by line. This is where I figured out how to block off entire sections of text. All right. Again, this one starts out like several of the past ones have. Immediately after, all rise, please be seated.
All right. Are we ready for the jury? Oh, have things. Oh, okay. Yes, what do we have? Do you want to come? Somebody.
It's a rather personal question. Sidebar. That's all the audios from this morning.
Thank you.
And this is the redacted.
All right. Which 773 redacted?
772.
773, 772. Okay.
And Your Honor, denying that the metadata on the photos does not constitute hearsay.
It wasn't hearsay. Foundation was the main issue.
Well, I didn't have the opportunity to ask her.
No, but the foundation we're going to get through the expert. That's what we said, okay? All right.
Yes. This is just an agreed order from the motions about the jurors' identities. It's not an agreed order, but it's an order signed.
And we agree, but haven't seen the brief. We just want to object to some of the characterizations about Mr. Depp.
Well, I understand that.
But we agree to the ruling.
Do you have any objection to me telling them during jury instruction?
Not at all.
And that was specifically in our brief. We think those should be done prior to deliberations. Well, everything has to be done before deliberations, you moron.
No shit, Sherlock.
I was just going to make it part of my incorporating jury instructions.
We have no objection to the release. It just took a couple of pot shots.
That's fine. It's under seal. That's good. All right. Anything else? Are we ready for the jury?
Yes, Your Honor. All right. That was just some lameness going on there. And of course, here we come in an objection. This is a very short one. Sidebar.
We should read what comes before this.
Yeah. We should. All right. And what are you talking about there, Amber?
That even though Johnny told me that his guards would say whatever he needed them to say, that they were the same guards who told me that I would lose my life this way.
This is literally the
objection, Your Honor.
This is literally the fucking definition of hearsay.
That's not even Camille objecting. That's me objecting. Objection, you dipshit. That is so...
Johnny told me that his guards would say this. That's like double hearsay, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Yes,
right.
double hearsay. All right. All right. Objection. Is the court objecting? All right.
Yes.
Objection.
Yeah. It came in through the tape, so that's all right. That's fine.
Your Honor.
If we could approach, please.
I'm sorry.
You cannot
Sidebar.
you cannot keep commenting on the evidence.
I'm sorry.
Not
Please-
yet, you're not.
Yeah.
Please do not do that again. It comes in when it comes in. Do not talk to the jury about that.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That was well and truly like that was one where Elaine deserved a bitch slap. Like mind you, Camille should have objected earlier, that midway through that answer. Like, I don't like the fact that Amber got that entire sentence out.
Yeah,
Saying
and
that's what the
that's
guards were going to say.
Well, and then it came in through the tape, so that's fine.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
Is that the commentary the judge is upset with her
Yes.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
why does
yeah.
Elaine keep acting like she's the judge?
Because she's used to getting her own way during depositions.
She continues to make her own ruling. It came in through the tape, so it's fine. What?
But she's been doing it the whole way through. Like, for example, when there were objections and the judge was saying, oh, yeah, someone can answer that. But before the words came out of the judge's mouth, she's like, oh, no, she can answer that. Before they were at the bar or anything like that. It's just, yeah, no.
Hey, Talk with Sally. Good morning, all the way down there in Lake Powell in
Hey,
southern
Sally.
Utah. Hope you're enjoying your time out there on the lake in good old sunny southern Utah, where I'm not. Thank you so much. Elaine's kind of crotchety. Don't make me think about Elaine's crotch, please. That's gross.
Oh God! First we have Elaine stripping. Now we have
Yeah.
Elaine's crotch. Stop it,
Well, they
Jeff.
kind of go hand in hand, so to speak. Now think about that one.
Ew.
All right.
Don't
next
worry, Peg, she's not
sidebar.
licking the ears at the
Order
moment.
in the court. Contempt. Contempt.
Content. Jinver, OMG, just seen your tweet to Nicholas Starov. Please show that on stream. We should do that in a little bit. We can do that. It was kind of fun. Right. And Hempland, Texas, who threw down this massive $299.99, we'll call it $300 super chat, has also gifted 10 Legal Vices memberships, which is stunning and amazing. So if you got within the last few minutes got a gifted membership, give Hempland, Texas a super fun special thanks for all that she does to support this channel for some unknown reason that's just happens to be beyond me. All right, and what people were asking about was I made a tweet earlier today. The tweet was this. Let's see if we can bring this. It was when Nicholas Starov joins my stream was the title of this particular tweet. Where are we? This is just a quick what do we want to call this? A quick palate cleanser, I guess. We'll call it a palate cleanser.
Uh-oh, the dogs are at it again.
I know.
Oh.
Just licking Yoda's eye right now, so we're still okay.
Ear infection of eye infection of ear infection. Fair enough.
So sharing a screen here. This is Nicholas Starov joining my stream.
Sailing across the mighty river, so in a row to the beat drum.
Yeah, that was just Viking Nicholas Starov joining my stream.
That's
Right.
hilarious.
So let's bring up the video. The thing of the day, whatever we want to call it, the sidebars, and move on to the next one. After Elaine got bitch slapped. Now from here on out, it's all block color all the time. We'll start at line 15. And if you completely this is the donation versus
Here we go.
pledge deal here. And have you completely fulfilled your donation? Oh, okay, yeah. This is still Brady. And have you completely fulfilled your donations to the ACLU and the Children's Hospital?
I have not yet.
And why not?
Because Johnny sued me for over $50 million in March of 2019, and I have spent over $6 million.
Oh, fuck's sake. Objection, Your Honor. This is a motion in limine.
That part was supposed to come in.
Why don't you come forward? Let's take a look.
Sidebar. That particular part was supposed to come in and nothing else. That was the ruling.
We moved it. It's filed from me.
I don't have it with me. Sorry. We had the investiture here. Okay.
Your Honor, it's on page 9.
Okay, you've got the
Oops.
order. Good. Oh wait, sorry. Of the order?
Yeah. Yeah, of the order.
Okay, you've got the order. Good.
Yeah.
Page 9. Now the order.
Page 9.
This is it. There's 2 different orders.
This is the one I signed, right?
Right. This is signed by you on April 10th.
All right, on page 9.
Yeah, it says, if Ms. Heard opens the door as to who's paying her attorney's fees, Mr. Depp must first seek permission from the court outside of the jury for raising the issue on this. And Mr. Musk may be asked about his payment, if any, of attorney's fees. And the court may give appropriate instructions. What we said specifically at the hearing is what we were going to say, and she spent $6 million on attorney fees.
We're not going to be able to...
Your Honor, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
What we said at the hearing is that we were going to say that she spent $6 million on attorney's fees, and this is the rest. All the rest of this is not allowed.
Let me get this straight. You just said you can't hear me, but then you kept talking? What?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
God. If you're going to say 6 million, then everything is allowed.
Well,
You've got to go by the hearing. That's not in the order.
Right? But I think then it says they open up the door so they can ask her who's paying.
We haven't even cross-examined her yet, Your Honor.
They haven't opened the door.
But my understanding was that no. The question is whether we open the door on the attorneys. What?
I get it. I get what the argument she's making is, but it's still full of shit. She's basically saying that the order itself, the wording of the order, said that if Johnny's team wanted to talk about it, they had to make sure that the door was properly opened. Elaine's saying that because she's the one bringing it up, she doesn't have to worry about the door being open. She can just blast straight through it.
Well,
which is full of shit, Elaine. That's not how it works.
Wait a minute. Does it matter who opens the door? If it's
it shouldn't,
open,
no.
it's open.
Yeah.
So if Elaine opened the door during her questioning, isn't it?
But this is something that Elaine's been prevented from talking about unless the door is open. So you can't say, "Oh, you're not allowed to talk about it unless the door is open." Okay, I'll open the door. So she's doing it to get her own thing she was prohibited from getting in.
I see.
So So, but by my no. The question is whether we open the door on the attorney's fees and then they can ask certain questions. There's all kinds of tiers in here. There's the insurance company. There's reference to the attorneys, etc. There's all these things, but we specifically said we would be asking her that. I'll get the hearing transcript.
I did not hear that question.
And now they can ask her. They don't have to approach me now. They can ask her about all the attorney's fees.
That's fine. They can ask who's paying?
Who's paying, insurance, everything.
Insurance and Elon Musk.
I mean, Jeff, you just moved it on me. Okay, there it is. I mean, if you ask the question that opens the door for them to ask her who's paying for all her attorney's fees.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
okay. So okay, now they can ask it, but Elaine can't.
But she can't?
Oh no, I think that was the judge wrapping her over the knuckles because I think Elaine was trying to just squeeze the door open just enough that she could ask the questions that she wanted without them being able to ask everything else. From the sounds of it, she just took a stick of dynamite to the door and made sure that they can ask about everything else.
You're right.
Right.
So then she didn't ask it.
But she already said it. It's done.
Yeah.
Amber said $6 million. That it's done. She opened the door. It's wide open. The judge is saying now they can ask whatever they want.
You're correct.
So
ignore me.
She's screwed. The thing is that I don't understand here is what was the motion? Do we know what Elaine was told she could not talk about? We don't know.
We'd have to go back to the motion in limine.
Yeah, we don't know that. All right.
Yeah. So we move on to the next one.
So the punishment is simply now the other side gets to ask all this other shit you didn't want in. So
Pretty much.
great job, Elaine, as usual.
Yep.
Short one here.
Totally worth those
Sidebar.
$6 million.
Sidebar. I thought you were objecting because I couldn't say authentication.
I don't know where. Line 9.
Sorry, line 9.
Yes.
What's the relevance of this at this time?
Just to show that she had the devices.
I'll sustain the objection. It's just irrelevance at this time. It might come up later.
Okay. Open court. That was pointless and useless. So we didn't need any background for that one. Nor do we need one for this. Because again, it's just objecting to a piece of evidence. Sidebar.
Okay, 245. It's in evidence as redacted.
Yes, but the one that's in evidence doesn't have the full redactions. It has a title still in there. And quickly, what I'm suggesting is replacing it.
Okay.
And it's so that because it has a title in it. And this has the full redactions. I have a copy of it.
So what's the difference between this one and the one we have in evidence?
So the one that's in evidence is not redacted on the title.
Well, I mean, I can make this A. What's in evidence is in evidence. It doesn't change. But if you want 1246A.
Well, then I'll just, to move it along.
You don't have any objection?
No.
So 1246A.
1246A, 1245.
Is 1245 already in evidence?
This is the redacted.
All right. So 1246.
Well, this is 1245.
This is 1246. They're both 1246.
And I have 1247.
1245.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Elaine.
Thank Elaine.
We're on line 5.
I have two 1247s.
Well, that explains it.
Maybe that one. Maybe Mr. Murray gave it to you. So this is going to be 1246A, okay? Can I write A on here?
Yes.
All right, 1246A.
May I have a copy of 1246?
Yes.
1245 and 1247.
Thank you.
And then we have 1247. You both have that, right?
Yes, I have.
They both have 2 copies of 1247 for fuck's sake.
Jesus.
I just don't have 1245.
Yeah, but she wants to get this under 1246. So it's 1246A. No, we're going to get those back and 1247, and then we will do 1246.
Do you have also... Is this the last one? Do you have the ones that stapled last? Yeah, this one?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So I have 1246. I have 1245, 1246A, and 1247.
Okay.
Are there any objections to any of these? No objections, so you can move them in.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So now this is boring, dull, and stupid as a sidebar, but this shows you that there actually can be a lot of confusion going on that the jury doesn't see. It's like a good play or a good production where the front of house thinks everything is running smoothly, or as we may have in Tales from the Restaurant, when the diners, if they have a good experience, they don't need to know the chaos and madness that's going on in the kitchen. And there is a lot of kitchen madness that goes on during sidebars and outside of court and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And I think in this trial, I don't remember the exact number of exhibits, but it was thousands and thousands. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And having to keep all of those straight, as you can see, is a constant source of anxiety and frustration.
Well, speaking of anxiety and frustration, now Amber's going to be asked some questions about damages that she suffered. Okay, so I'm going to take you now to the damages that you've suffered as a result of these statements by Mr. Waldman on Mr. Depp's behalf. Please tell the jury how you were doing.
Objection. That's a legal conclusion, Your Honor. Move to strike counsel's testimony.
Come forward.
Now, see, and again, the legal question is, did she or did she not suffer damages as a result of the statements? That's what that's literally what the jury is being asked to decide as a legal issue. And she's just saying, well, tell us about all the damages we know you suffered. And so that gets her in trouble here. Sidebar.
For the record, do you want to give me your full question?
My question is going to be, please tell the jury how your reputation was doing prior to these statements.
Okay.
It's the first part of it where she said...
That wasn't your question. That question's okay.
The second question is fine. The first one...
I'm sorry. I didn't even know. I'll ask.
All right. All right.
Scroll up.
We'll ask that it be stricken.
I'll strike that.
Thank you.
Open card. Scroll down a few lines.
Again, you strike it, but the jury already heard it. And it's like, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And Elaine, this is how many times has she done this?
A lot.
She needs a consequence. She needs a drubbing down in front of the jury from the judge.
Yeah.
I wish Judge Penny had been more serious about it, about making her stop this behavior.
There's two sides to that, but that's a discussion for another time when I'm less half asleep.
Hang on 25 more minutes if you can, Aiden. Okay, let's just read through this. Start at line 6. Why not?
Well, strike that question from the record. Disregard that question. Your next question.
What was your understanding on whose behalf Mr. Waldman was making those 3 statements?
Objection. Lack of foundation calls for speculation.
If you want to approach again, that's not what we just said here.
Sidebar.
I sustained the objection on that. That's a legal conclusion. That's facts.
But there wouldn't be. That's
just understanding of who did it. I'll sustain the objection all day long, every day.
That's fine. I have other people that can testify.
Okay.
Open card.
Wow. Interestingly, she did not go to the question the judge told her she could ask. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
They went over the question she could ask, and then she chose to ask a different one that got her in more trouble.
All right. More evidence being exhibited here. Line 12, Ms. Vasquez.
Line 12. Yes, Your Honor. May we approach?
Yes, you may.
Sidebar.
I'm just getting the copy that the court has here. Okay. What's the objection first?
Objection is hearsay and relevance.
Okay.
I don't know why her contract.
Why the contract?
Your Honor, I have a brief on this. It's not hearsay. Contracts are not hearsay in Virginia. Virginia laws is if you have a binding contract that these are legal obligations.
I would really appreciate these briefs prior to testimony.
Your Honor, I didn't know if she was going to object.
You can just assume that there's going to be objections.
Excellent point by you, Judge.
The brown nosing isn't working now.
With legal contracts that have legal consequences,
there's legal effect, no relevance to the legal effect here.
True.
But there's no...
These are her documents. It shows how much she was getting paid. Shows she had the options for the Aquaman and Aquaman 2.
But it's not a contract dispute case where it would have legal effect.
Correct, Your Honor. But it's for evidences of the damages.
Well, she can testify to how much she made, but you can't get the contract in. It's hearsay. There is no relevance to its legal effect.
Well, I would assert, Your Honor, that case law says otherwise, but...
Under contract, the law of contracts, you're right. If it was a contract case, I'd be right there with you. That's just not where we are.
So I can ask her questions on each of these?
You can ask her.
I'm going to go through them now. I am.
You can discuss how much she made. I'm assuming there's no objection to how much she made for L'Oreal.
No.
You can ask how much she made. She can't get the contracts in.
Thank you.
I love Elaine so much. She's so funny.
Oh my God. It's insane.
Like, this is what she was doing earlier. It's like she's getting her ass handed to her and she's like, aha, you're right, Judge. Like somehow she's winning and she did it 3 times in this one sidebar.
Okay, can I just say, when you're in front of a judge and you're having your objections knocked down one by one, it's not a case of if you keep getting back up, you will eventually win. Okay? If the judge says to you, no, you're wrong, you don't keep arguing. You just say, okay, I want my objection noted for the record so you can appeal it later if need be, if it's an appealable issue. If not, sit the fuck down.
She's not
And as
smart.
Hayden was so indignant about a moment ago, one thing judges don't like is if you submit a brief like at the hearing and then in a sidebar an hour later you say, but I briefed you on this, Your Honor, when they haven't had time to look at it. That's why she's saying, yeah, I'd like to have this before the hearings, you dumbass, but I didn't know I'd need it. Well, yeah.
Fucking morons.
It's not a good idea to what's the word I'm looking for? To surprise the judge, in the middle of a trial.
I love that you're at line 12, though. You can just assume there's going to be objections. Excellent point by you. Why, you fucked me up the ass, judge, and so therefore I win. What? And there's no legal effect. True. Well, I just like how she's trying to make this sound like a win for her when she gets her ass handed to her 3 times in one sidebar. Like, aha, you got me there, judge. I win. No. Now, yeah, this is a lengthy one again here. Oh God. All right. Again, this is the afternoon recess. We get as far as all rise, please be seated and come to order.
All right.
May we approach?
Sure.
Sidebar. Uh-oh, Megan, you froze briefly there.
I know. Can you hear me? It's my camera.
Yes.
I'm going to turn my camera off, but I'm going to stay here.
We need to see your mug there, though. It wasn't. It wasn't bad enough to turn it off.
I'll come back in just a few minutes.
All right.
But I'm here.
All right. I just want to raise further on that payment of attorney's fees.
Okay.
I'm reading this. What this says is if she opens up the door,
right,
we can ask if Mr. Musk made any payments. It doesn't mean that their insurance comes in. That will be a basis for a mistrial. I would proffer the court the insurance did not pay the $6 million.
Okay, so insurance didn't pay it. It's not basis for a mistrial because it's not a personal injury case.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, and see, that's one thing you're not allowed to do in most personal injury cases. You're not allowed to say, well, it's okay. You don't have to award $1 billion because she's already been compensated by the insurance companies. The insurance companies already paid for her lawyers. They've paid for the damages. You're not allowed to talk about those things.
Can we just clarify that by this stage, Elaine has forgotten this is a defamation trial. Yeah. She has assumed that rules that apply to contract law apply to this case. She is assuming that rules that apply to personal injury cases apply to this case. What's next? Is she going to try and bring in financial crimes?
Probably. Oh, Lord. All right. So, yeah, I would proffer the court the insurance did not pay the $6 million.
Okay. So insurance didn't pay it. It's not a basis for a mistrial because it's not a personal injury case.
Well, I still think it would make it prejudice for.
So the insurance didn't pay for anything. So can we stay away from insurance then?
Well, that's just not true. Insurance is paying the cost.
For her attorney's fees?
Yes.
She paid $6 million before the insurance company.
They said that's where the 5 got capped, according to the ACLU, because she was too expensive, so...
Elaine.
Oh, sorry, I was waiting for Hayden. She paid for $6 million. They didn't know they had insurance.
And it's not just the $6 million. I mean, she said that she can't pay all the money to the ACLU because she's paying attorney's fees.
No, she said specifically $6 million. She didn't say she's paying for attorney's fees. Now, I didn't. She can look at the record, Your Honor, but that's not what she said.
That's not true, Your Honor. She actually testified 6 million.
She did testify to 6 million.
Correct.
She opened the door.
No, she didn't open the door for insurance. The insurance didn't pay that 6 million. What she opened the door was asking if Mr. Musk paid it for her. That's in the order, Your Honor. I don't think there's any reason we need to raise that today. I would like to be able to get the transcript and research it.
There's no reason to raise it today because I'd get buck-fucked over it.
Mr. Musk may be asked about his payment, if any, of the attorney's fees, and the court will be instructing the jury. It doesn't say anything about insurance, so I'm not sure if that can go either way. It's either not part of this motion in limine or it was not. It's not detailed here.
Right. So I would like the time to get the transcript, Your Honor, because that's why I would also like to research, because I do believe that would be a basis for us moving for a mistrial. Ooh, Elaine's trying to get a mistrial.
Yeah, because she already knew she was fucked by this stage.
Yeah. That insurance company is responsible for this payment. All right, this is what we'll do. You can just ask about Mr. Musk and not the insurance, okay? We'll go that way, okay?
At this time, may we have an opportunity to review the transcript?
You can. We did say at the beginning that I granted it in part as far as the insurance company. So yeah, you can review the transcript.
I want to first.
Okay, then we'll bring it in today, and right now that's my ruling, okay? Did you want to talk about your other motion?
Yes, Your Honor. I was hoping we could hear that now.
Yes.
It won't take very long.
It's filed under seal. So I assume you want to do it here at the bench?
We can do it here at the bench, sure.
I mean, well, you filed it under seal. I mean, that would...
I mean, we're happy to do it in open court. We're happy to do it either way. Just outside the presence of the jury.
We'd rather do it here.
That's fine. Okay.
Mr. Rottenborn, can you address it? Is it okay if I address it, Your Honor?
You moved it. Where'd it go?
Yeah,
Shit. Where? What
it's
line am I
line
on?
And like 10, 11.
11. That's fine. Yes, sir. That's fine.
So, keeping in mind, we've just had a very brief...
Oh, that's Mr. Chu.
Your Honor, I think we get to go first.
Okay, that's fine. I have read it. What else do you want to add to it?
Your Honor, I think there are 4 reasons why testimony at trial has opened the door to grant Mr. Depp's motion. 1, both of the parties were accused of violence, and both have claimed self-defense. We've seen that in Exhibits 1 and 2. We cited the case of Barnes v. the Commonwealth. Your Honor, we see now it's also, McMahon v. Rounds, which applies to it in a civil context. Granting motion is also consistent with the court allowing Miss Heard's counsel to cross-examine Mr. Depp about Rocky Brooks. Remember, Rocky Brooks is the one who filed the civil assault claim. That's Exhibits 3 and 4. And allowing Ellen Barkin to testify about Mr. Depp throwing a bottle at the wall, not directly at somebody. So that's one reason. The second reason is Miss Heard's prior reputation. That is, before she met Mr. Depp, is clearly relevant. The arrest of Miss Rhee in 2009, it's 2 years before she met Mr. Depp. In the relationship, clearly that is relevant here. Mr. Depp's motion in limine, as far as his prior arrest, was granted to liability, but denied as to reputation because it goes to damages. Your Honour allowed that Mr. Depp was examined about his allegations. We even heard today about L'Oreal and L'Oreal not re-upping her contract. A lot of reasons. One of the reasons could have been that she'd been arrested for domestic violence. There is testimony from the ACLU that they considered all the articles. There are a lot of articles about Miss Heard being arrested for domestic violence. The ACLU considered that. Their only due diligence was asking Miss Heard her point of view. Your Honour will remember that Miss Heard's counsel, Mr. Rottenborn, was allowed to ask Mr. Depp about the stack of articles about Mr. Depp's reputation. Other things that could have hurt his reputation, other than the op-ed. Your Honour... Yeah, sorry, a little bit dry. Your Honour assumes that there are articles, several articles about Tasha Van Ree. Fuck you. We should at least be allowed to show her those articles and ask her those the same way Mr. Rottenborn showed Mr. Depp. And Jesus Christ is only on number 2. And number 3, Your Honour, this is an important one. Miss Heard's testimony on direct clearly opened the door. She said, I know you don't come back from that. I mean, you can't hit a woman, you can't hit a man, you can't hit anyone. That's a direct quote from page 2241 at lines 14 and 15. That opens the door. She says she knows she can't hit a woman. Well, we know she has. She hit Rocky Pennington and she assaulted Tasha Van Ree, or at least she was arrested for it. At number 4, Your Honour, Miss Heard self-reported the Tasha Van Ree incident both to her own psychologist, Dr. Hughes, and to our psychologist, Dr. Curry. These articles to which I refer are Exhibits 5 and 6. Finally, Your Honour denied the motion in limine. Miss Heard moved for a motion in limine to exclude this, Your Honour, and Your Honour denied it. The only limitation that Your Honour made was, okay, so you're not saying in your opening statement that she's been convicted of assault, I'll just make it a ruling. But we never intended to say that she was convicted of...
Which she hasn't been.
Because she wasn't convicted.
Uh-huh.
That's the only limitation. So number 1, the court denied that motion in limine. Number 2, there are 4 things that have happened since then. Number 1, Miss Heard opened the door by saying you don't hit a woman. Wait, what the fuck? Chew, you went back in subtraction there. You don't hit a woman. Number 2, since that time, we know that she self-reported that to her own doctor, Dr. Hughes, and to our doctor. Not a doctor, but our expert, Dr. Curry.
Uh-huh.
Number 3, we know we cited and she claimed self-defense. 1, she said, yes, I did throw a vase at Johnny, but that's because I was defending. She opened the door to there. And 4, since that time, Your Honour, has correctly allowed Miss Heard to ask Mr. Depp about Rocky Brooks and Ellen Barkin and all those articles. We think it's only fair, Your Honour, and appropriate under the law to allow these limited 7 questions.
All right.
Okay.
Your Honor, obviously, it's no surprise Mr. Chu has brought up at every hearing, whether it's about this or not. He's brought up the Tasha Van Ree situation, so I'm not surprised they're trying to do this. But the parties are completely differently situated here for a couple of reasons. I want to discuss this point, too, because this is the second time Mr. Chu brought this up today. He keeps saying she hit Rocky Pennington. They even had their expert, Dr. Curry, mislead the jury.
Whoa.
On what that testimony said. You'll hear from Rocky Pennington tomorrow. Rocky Pennington said, I hit her first, and she hit me back.
That's irrelevant. That doesn't mean that it... okay.
Yeah.
She still hit her. Thank you, Chu.
Are they doing the deposition?
Not tomorrow.
Doesn't mean...
Mr. Chu.
Thank you, Your Honor. But to hear him say she hit a woman, she hit Rocky. That's no woman. That's Rocky Pennington. But to hear him say she hit a woman, she hit Rocky Pennington. And to have their expert tell the jury that she hit Rocky Pennington and not tell the jury that was after Rocky Pennington said she hit her first. So I just want to, it's very misleading. There were a couple of points, Your Honor. Under 405, what they're trying to get in is an essential element of the claim. Then you can offer specific past instances of conduct. The parties are very differently situated with respect to their 2 claims, Your Honor. For Mr. Depp, an essential element of the claim is that he never abused Ms. Heard. That, if you take his defamatory implication, that he is advocating at this theory of the case, this op-ed, even though it didn't say that, somehow implied that he had abused her, then none of those statements are defamatory. If he did abuse Amber, so an essential element of that part of the case is, did he abuse Amber? It's not an essential element for either Mr. Depp's defense or Ms. Heard's counterclaim that Ms. Heard was ever abusive to Mr. Depp. That's not, the parties are totally differently situated here. And Your Honor, excuse me if I could just finish.
Go ahead.
Your Honor has ruled several times in instances where the parties are differently situated.
Right.
So I don't need to go through all of that. But the parties are very differently situated with respect to this. Whether Ms. Heard was abusive to Mr. Depp and whether she ever committed abuse towards someone else is not an essential element of any claim or any defense in this case. It's just not.
So
They're trying to make it seem like the claims are apples to apples, and they're not. The claim is whether Mr. Depp was abusive to Ms. Heard. The converse is not an issue in this case. Under 403, that changes the calculus of probative versus prejudicial. So a few more points, if I may, Your Honor, and I will apologize.
That's fine.
I'm doing my best. The cases that cited, the Barnes v. Commonwealth cases, the other case, the Barnes v. Commonwealth, that's a criminal case. It's talking about self-defense.
Right.
And I know that rule has been extended in certain civil cases. I've not had the chance to look at those since the motion was handed up this afternoon, but the case is in opposite. In opposite. That's interesting.
In opposite.
Is offered by the accused. So if Mr. Depp witnessed her being violent to someone, then that may be a different story, but he didn't. This is just, what they're trying to get in is essentially hearsay, and they're trying to get it in for reputation purposes. A couple of other points, Your Honor. It's like the fifth time he said a couple of more points. They didn't attach next. Okay, so they attached an Exhibit 4. They keep bringing up this Rocky Brooks thing. If Your Honor will remember, I asked Mr. Depp if he had punched a crew member, and we approached, and then I explained why I wanted to ask him that.
What line are we on? I'm sorry.
14.
Uh-huh. She's really, really.
You actually always got the line correctly there when you went.
I thought you were reading it, but you damn near faked your way through that one. Because Mr. Bett and Mr. Judge were the two bodyguards who were present with him. And I said, I'm not asking him anything else. What they didn't attach is the very next, what Your Honor said, you can ask that one question. Line 21.
What the fuck is wrong with me? Right.
I don't know. You're listening to Rottenborn. That's what's wrong with you.
Yeah. You're putting me to sleep.
So I didn't ask two, and Your Honor didn't let me go into the details of this assault. The whole purpose that they're trying to get into. Did she assault Ms. Reed? And I was trying to get into who were the bodyguards who were present. So this motion in their brief that somehow we were able to question Mr. Depp about this is not, well, that's not true. It's not true.
I understand.
Finally, Your Honor, with respect to reputation, what I was able to question Mr. Depp about, he's claiming he lost Pirate 6 because of the op-ed. And I was able to ask him questions about that series.
For the damages issues, I understand.
Yeah. It relates directly to his role, his reliability as an actor. This is a 2009 incident.
And a 2016 article.
Correct. If they want to ask her about the effect, I don't know if they're saying it's reputation or saying reputation relating to damages. The defamation claim seeks damages from April 2020 on. So it's not nearly as close space in time, number one. Number two, it's a 2009 issue. 2016 article, and their team obviously released right after the TRO was filed because they're from June 2016. I'm assuming that's the case, It's right after she accused Johnny of abuse.
Right.
And is just too far attenuated to other damages at issue in this case that Ms. Heard is seeking. And then finally, it's like the eighth final. And then finally, with respect to this, 2 more points. Finally, with respect to the self-defense point, Mr. Depp can't just open the door to ask Mr. Heard about any of the Ms. Heard about any of the prior conduct by saying I acted in self-defense. I mean, it's one thing if he wants to get there and testify to times when he specifically acted in self-defense. That's one thing. But to say I acted in self-defense and therefore I get to ask Ms. Heard about all these allegations of abuse, that's too far attenuated. And finally, he said that Ms. Heard opened the door by saying you can't hit a woman. I haven't had a chance to read the transcript. I'm pretty sure if you look at it in context, what she was saying is the relationship doesn't come back from that when that happens. She wasn't saying Megan just fucked off because we're boring the shit out of her.
That's fair.
I don't blame her. We're up against the wall here. I doubt we're going to get through all of these today. We'll see. I haven't had a chance to read the transcript. I'm pretty sure if you look at the context, what she's saying is that the relationship doesn't come back from that when it happens. She wasn't saying that I have never done this or that. She was talking about what thoughts go through her head when Mr. Depp struck her for the first time. So there's no relevance.
Your Honor.
All right.
Didn't miss a
Briefly.
beat.
Number one, Your Honor has already ruled on similar objections made. Violence to Mr. Depp is very much an issue in this case. He lost the top of his finger, very much an issue in this case. Whether Miss Heard cut it off or whether she said she did it somehow, whether he did it somehow himself. Number one, that's number one. Number two clearly goes, Your Honor, to reputation. And Mr. Rottenborn was allowed to ask Mr. Depp about a stack of newspaper or articles related to other issues that may have affected his reputation. This goes to her reputation.
Right. What's the relevance of the reputation in 2016 when these articles were...
Because...
I'm just asking the question.
The ACLU, the republication, number one, the ACLU considered it when they were doing a minimum due diligence on Amber. They looked at those articles themselves and asked Mr. Doherty, what due diligence, if any, did they do? He said, we asked Amber, and Amber said was, This absolutely goes to her reputation. There could be any number.
So reputation prior to the three statements.
Yeah, but it's still relevant, Your Honor. It's directly relevant to reputation. As Your Honor has said, this case goes to reputation.
Uh-huh.
And at a very minimum, Your Honor, Miss Vasquez should be able to ask her about the articles, the same articles that the ACLU considered in 2018 when they did the op-ed, 4 through 7. Because that would be very consistent with what Your Honor did with respect to Mr. Depp.
All right.
With Rocky Brooks.
That's fine.
May I make one more comment, Your Honor?
Oh God,
fuck's
what is
sake.
that? What is that, sir?
With respect to Mr. Depp, the reason he lost Pirate 6, there's a lot of corroborating evidence in this case about Mr. Depp.
Goes to both sides.
I understand, Your Honor, but they're essentially trying to just put in.
She has testified that her reputation before these three attorneys' statements was stellar. She worked real hard. It was perfect. So, I mean...
Well, 4 years prior, she was saying things were going well in 2018.
Since the TRO, she was working hard to get it back.
Right. And what they want to do is bring in a 2016 article, published a week after the TRO, about a 2009 incident. That's so far afield than anything we asked them about.
Okay, I understand. I think because I'm taking all my notes and there's been a lot of testimony about her being reactive, always reactive. She is hit, but it was reactive. I think for impeachment purposes, then, it comes in about the violence with other people or that you assaulted your ex-girlfriend. But as far as the arrest goes, I'm just not going to allow arrests in. I think it's too prejudicial because it lists an arrest, not conviction. So I'm not letting any arrests come in. So that kind of hits the articles then, too.
We can use the article?
But it says arrested.
That's the headline.
Anyways, what I'm saying, arrested doesn't come in. If you go, you can have her talk about, there are articles about that came out about the assault.
About the assault. About the assault.
About the assault. Without getting the articles in. But you can get articles in that talk about the assault, but we're
almost done with
not
this.
getting into arrested. I think it's prejudicial. Gives a connotation to the jury when she wasn't arrested for anything. Okay, so we're talking number 1 is fine, number 3 is fine, number 4 and 5. You're just going to have to provide articles. I'm taking my pen, Mr. Chu.
1, 3.
You're going to have to find a way to do it without referencing the article.
Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is this going to happen this afternoon?
I don't know when it's going to happen, but the ruling stands.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, because we didn't look at it.
We don't come back tomorrow. We don't go backwards.
We understand.
Okay, we're ready for the jury. Oh my God, I'm dying.
All right, we're coming up here on the end, I hope. Yeah, we got about 20 pages left. Hopefully not many sidebars. We'll see, because everybody's
Oh my
tired,
God.
I'm sure.
I'm dying.
This is the ice. Ice will cover up swelling. Don't cry for us, Argentina.
Ice, remember the jury's over here. Ice reduces swelling. Normally, the swelling after that kind of injury is not as bad as you might imagine. And for me, it wasn't that bad. I have a picture of it underneath the makeup. That's how I know how to reference it.
A picture you haven't produced or shown to this jury?
I did.
Right, Ms. Heard?
I produced everything.
But you haven't shown it to this jury.
I would very much like to. It's not my job.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes, that's fine.
I remember this one.
Yes, I should do. Sidebar.
Yep. I remember this
Your
one
Honor,
too.
she's characterizing that she's producing photographs that haven't been...
Is this your photograph?
There are photographs that haven't been produced.
She said there's a photo.
It wasn't listed in my direct examination.
Well, first of all, we have a motion in limine. Court ordered that we don't bring up discovery issues without first checking with the court. Second of all, Your Honor, I don't know whether we have a lot of pictures that came in through the investigation, going into all the devices, and Your Honor has ruled that we can't put any of them in. I don't know if it's one of those or not. Oh, she doesn't know if the picture she's trying to get in is one that the judge specifically said she can't bring in. Great.
Yeah, bullshit.
We certainly have been diligent in producing everything we have, but there certainly are injuries that we didn't find earlier that came in through this last device. So I don't know how to answer. I don't know the answer to that. And these prohibited me from introducing a lot.
No, I'm asking this question. Is there a picture of her that she just testified that she said there's a picture that she gave you guys that has the nose?
I don't know, Your Honor. I don't know. There's a lot of pictures.
I know, but if there's no picture, I have issue with that.
Well, the answer is I don't know whether she does or not. There's so many pictures. There's no way for me just to know that.
Oh my God, Elaine, it's your job.
Not for you, but she should be able to know that.
Okay, I just don't know. I mean,
there's nothing I can do about it. She can testify.
I think she should be prohibited from testifying.
Well, I don't think she can be prohibited. She's asking her questions.
right.
I don't know the answer to those. She's answering whatever she is. I can't be responsible for knowing thousands of pictures. We're talking...
Here's the problem. If you're saying that you don't think it exists or you don't know if it exists and it doesn't go to this jury...
Like, I can go back tonight and look, Your Honor, but I don't know the answer.
I understand that. That's not the problem.
There are thousands of documents.
She keeps commenting on the evidence or lack of evidence. I understand she asked the question. There wasn't anything. But the answer is there isn't. But she keeps saying there are pictures.
Well, I understand. She's asking her if there are pictures, which is actually a violation of the court order of the motion in limine.
That's not a violation of the court order.
It is.
Oh my God, Elaine.
I don't
She's
think
actually
Your Honor
arguing with the court about her own fucking
Her
court
own
order.
ruling.
I
Yeah.
know.
Wow.
I don't think Your Honor can prohibit her from
Chutzpah.
testifying that she has them.
That's not what she's saying, Elaine.
She's saying they exist.
Well, I understand that. And I'm telling you, under oath, I, as an officer of this court,
Oh, for
I
fuck's sake.
don't know. There are more than 100,000 of pictures that came out of that. And we had a bunch of them that we put into evidence, and they went through that process, and Your Honor ruled they can't come in. So there may well be.
Oh, all right.
Maybe the ones we're not allowed to get in.
I
This
would
is
like some type of
outrageous.
instruction, Your Honor. She's not to comment on the pictures. She's testifying that there are pictures that exist.
But you asked the question.
But she opened up the door.
No, she didn't open up the door
No, they haven't been produced, Your Honor, and that's the problem here. They weren't produced.
on time.
They weren't produced on time in the discovery period.
Right.
So I don't think she should be allowed to comment on whether or not pictures exist and whether she turned them over and they're part of this trial.
She's asked whether they exist, and she now knows they exist because they came in through that. She can answer that honestly. You can't prohibit her from responding under oath to a question that she posed to her. We can't prohibit that.
This is what we'll do. Going forward, we'll ask the question. If she says they exist, that kind of opens the door to her talking about discovery issues.
Right.
You didn't turn them over in time.
Correct.
I mean, she can go into that if you want to. You don't even know if those pictures exist.
The other problem that I have, Your Honor, is the only picture that Miss Bredehoft in a direct examination tried to bring into evidence was one photograph from 2012. Nothing about... So she's commenting on pictures that...
I intend to put in a lot more. But when Your Honor ruled I couldn't...
I understand. I understand. I think we're going in circles now. You're kind of stuck with her answers now, but you can go further into discovery issues if you want to. I don't know what her response will be. If you need a jury instruction later on, we'll instruct that at jury instructions, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. I am so enraged right now.
Holy fuck.
I am so enraged. I'm oh my God. How is this allowed? And by the way, if there is a picture of her broken fucking nose, it was her attorney's duty to get that into evidence before the deadlines and all. This is all bullshit.
But there were hundreds of thousands of pictures,
Oh my
Megan.
God, that's your whole job. How long did they know about this? How long was it while Amber was served with papers of defamation? How long did they have before that day and the day of this trial? Months, probably a year, to go through 100,000 pictures and get the best ones for your defense of this. And they didn't do that. And then she has the nerve to get on the stand and say, well, there was a picture, but I wasn't allowed to put it into evidence. You were.
Mhm.
What the?
That's not my job.
This is terrible.
But see, that was the first sign that Amber is losing her patience with her own lawyer.
Yeah. That she was throwing Elaine and them under the bus.
It's not my job to get that picture
Well,
in Elaine.
she's right. You know, she's right.
Oh,
It's
she's
not.
absolutely
However,
right.
if she knew about this picture, Amber, she knows what the picture is. It's on her phone. It was her nose. She has an obligation to give it to the attorneys to make sure that they get it in. If it was so, exculpatory evidence, she has the duty to do that. She's the one who should be giving it to her attorneys. You have to be proactive with attorneys. You can't just turn over shit and expect them to find everything they need to find. You have to help them. I don't believe this. This is garbage. Let's play devil's advocate. Let's say that there is that picture. Let's say that there is a picture that proves that her nose was like fucking broken. Okay. It's her own damn fault that picture didn't get turned in. She should have had that at the top of her list of evidence. But she didn't do it for whatever reason. And I think we know the reason, because the picture doesn't exist.
Exactly. But speaking of things that do exist.
Oh, why didn't she release it? Why didn't she release it after the trial then and be like, here's the picture they wouldn't let me put in?
Well, see, I think the one that she's talking about here is the one that is not actually a picture. I don't know if you've seen it recently, but there was this thing that she was saying was, oh, here's my medical evidence to show that my nose was broken. It's a fucking picture that looks like it was taken out of a medical textbook or something, and it's got some lines drawn on it.
About a deviated septum.
Yeah.
Which, of course, you could get from snorting cocaine. You can get from having severe allergies. You can get from all kinds of things. It's garbage.
And can I need to take 30 seconds here because I am pissed the fuck off about a professional issue here. She literally said to the judge, as an officer of the court, I do not know. Under oath in front of you, Your Honor, I do not know. 1, Elaine, you're not under fucking oath. Amber is. 2, you do not invoke the fact that you're an officer of the court to try and save your ass when you are fucked up. That is disgusting. As an officer of the court, of any officer of the Supreme Court, I am both an officer of the Supreme Court of Victoria and of the High Court of Australia. If I were to use either of those phrases in any court, I would be doing it with the utmost respect, not to cover my own ass for fucking up.
Exactly. And to distill what she's saying is like, look, honestly, I'm not lying to you because as an officer of the court, I can honestly tell you I didn't do my job. That's what she's saying. I don't know. I'm not doing my job well. I swear to you, as an officer of the court, I'm not lying.
She's basically sitting there going, I'm not fit to be an officer of the court.
I wish the judge had actually said to her, like, Elaine, that was your job. Like, I can't do your job for you. And you and your team should have got all the pictures you wanted in by the deadline. That was your job. And I'm sorry that you failed at that, but you're out of luck.
Well, and I have failed at reading super chats for about 50 minutes. Nicholas Starov's trial watch, going back to the the video of the Viking launching himself into the bay as Nicholas Starov joining my stream. Nicholas Starov trial watch with the sexy 50 sexy money. Should we hurl rocks or Vikings at our enemies? Let's try Vikings first. And Torin 3, sympathies to Chandler, from a fellow migraine victim, was on last night with one, but I had good meds and was a bit out of it. Braid setup is going very quickly. I might get to yours before Larry's. Well, I hope you get to mine before Larry's because I'm me. I did watch your stream. I was lurking during work watching you do Danny on Direct's braid setup. I was watching that today while I was in the office. And Bella Stella with the $2 super chat. Jeff, you make Rottenborn sound posh. I'm trying to make him sound evil, like Jeremy Irons' Scar. Well, Jeremy Irons sounds posh, so I guess you're right. Posh / evil. That's what I'm going for. That's apparently I'm failing. I'm failing with the evil part. We'll have to make him more evil. And Brian
I love your Rottenborn. I think it's hilarious. Every time you do it, I start laughing.
And Brian Miller says, I don't know how your vocal cords work after your Elaine voice. They're pretty scratchy. Gag order her, Jesus. This is Boosh McFadden and Sovereign Bozeman. How much are they paid per picture in Discovery? They're not paid per picture. It's just their job to sort through them, and they bill their hourly rates. They should have an army of minions to do it for them.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, their minions didn't do it correctly. They didn't do it correctly. As an officer of the court, I can tell you they suck. Okay, we're edging closer. I got about 10 pages left after this one. Hope it's not a big long one. How you doing, Aiden? I know you're an hour ahead of me. It's 1:18. How are we doing?
That's all right. Let's just get through it because I got to drive in the morning. So
super. All right. Or were you with Mr. Depp as a result of any injuries you sustained as a result of Mr. Depp?
Afterwards, yes, I did.
And you didn't produce those medical records in this case? Oh, wait. No, sorry. That was cross-examination. I thought that was a bit aggressive for some reason. So that was Elaine.
That was
Camille. Would you ask line 20, Camille?
And you didn't produce those medical records in this case?
I'm going to object, Your Honor. She did.
I did. I don't know.
They have not been produced, Your Honor.
Not only have they been produced.
Approach.
Stop commenting on the evidence, boy. You're supposed to be a sidebar, Elaine.
Yep.
Medical records.
They absolutely were produced.
No.
I can guarantee they were. We'll find them tonight. It's in the record. We didn't admit them because Your Honor won't let us have any medical records that are hearsay.
Right.
So we can't put them in, which I think they opened the door, so we should.
I don't know about that.
I have never seen any medical records that she went to see an ENT.
I'm 100% certain we produced them. I'm starting to sound like Gilbert Gottfried. I guarantee we produced those, Your Honor.
Well, she also hasn't tried to introduce them into this case.
Because Your Honor ruled we can't.
It doesn't matter to me. I just want to understand. You asked the question, you're stuck with her answer, so let's move forward now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God. Scrolling ahead. Scrolling ahead again. All right. Ms. Vasquez.
We redacted the identifiers and anything that's not Miss Hood's text messages consistent with hearsay.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Okay.
Your Honor, you may recall that when we were putting our evidence in, they got to look at it and then talk about context. And they're trying to suggest here that she's just willy-nilly sending these pictures to embarrass him. But the context here is this is to Rocky Pennington. And she's saying, quote, "Are you guys okay?" And then Amber says, "Barely. I think I knocked on your door when you were at yoga," which is what this is This is what I've been dealing with, and then sends these pictures. So I think in context, I think that has to come in because the context in which she's asking.
Again, context is not an exception to hearsay.
Well, Your Honor allowed them to put in documents for context. The question to her is, she's suggesting that she's sending it to her to embarrass him. But in fact, Rocky's asking her, and then she's coming back and saying she's asking how she's doing. She says she's barely. That's what I've been dealing with.
So,
this is what I've been dealing with.
So barely is coming in.
Right.
All that coming in.
Right.
Just which of you guys, okay? Coming home now. I was at yoga.
And dealing should come in as well. Right at the top.
Wait, where?
Right at the very top.
Oh, that's all in.
That's all coming in? The only thing we're hoping to have...
All Amber's texts are coming in, correct? Just Miss Pennington.
Okay.
Okay.
So the still fighting. So the still fighting is coming in as well?
Barely. I think I knocked on the door when you were at yoga. This is what I've been dealing with.
But if you go up the page before, this is still Amber.
That's not coming in at this point.
It's been redacted.
Still fighting?
Sorry.
No, this is their evidence. This is all they want to bring in. Any objection to what they're bringing in?
Well, yes, Your Honor, because it's not complete.
All right, understand. Overruled. It comes in.
Okay, now shut up, Elaine.
It's a separate fucking text message. You can't go for rule of completeness when it's a separate text message. They're technically individual documents.
See, now you've got to speak faster, not make those pauses there, because I couldn't tell if you're saying you can't bring those in or you can't bring those in. That's what it sounded like. You can't bring those in. I was like, well, okay, wait a minute. Wow.
And that is how you sneak them by the censor.
Exactly.
It's my accent.
Yeah, now we've got this thing here. This again, the ACLU, blah blah blah. In fact, never mind. That's Camille doing line 4. This is ACLU guy? No, it's not.
Who is Amber still on this?
Is Amber still on? Yeah, Amber's still here.
All right.
Yeah.
So where are we starting? Line 1?
Line 5.
Line 4.
Line 5. 4?
Line 5. Wait, 4 or 5? 4.
4.
In fact, you released a statement in response to Mr. Depp's $100,000 donations to the ACLU and the CHLA, didn't you?
I don't recall.
Let's see if we can refresh your recollection. If we could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1260. This is an article entitled Amber Heard and Johnny Depp Row Over Divorce Donations. If I can direct your attention to where it says, I think it's on the second page. Her spokeswoman responded in a statement. The language that follows the...
Objection and hearsay, spokeswoman. That's not her.
All right.
Spokeswoman is an exception, Your Honor. I don't expect that Elaine would understand that.
No, clearly she doesn't, or she wouldn't have said that.
Do you want to come forward?
Sidebar.
If it's a spokesperson, that's a speaking agent, right?
Speaking agent.
Exception.
Right. Representative capacity.
Not an agent. Now we have an issue with the agent laying foundation. This is a spokesperson speaking, somebody who's speaking for her.
I think she has to ask if, in fact, she recognized that. And in fact, the spokeswoman...
I'll get to that.
She started reading the statement out loud to the jury.
I was trying to lay a foundation.
You were reading the statement. She's right. If you want to lay the foundation, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Open court, not necessarily to skip ahead because it's 3 lines down. Hi, Ms. Vasquez.
You released a statement.
Your Honor, may we approach again?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You didn't get 2 words out that time.
I'm sorry, but we only received exhibits from them to 1247. So this was not an exhibit that we have.
We marked them now. We can use them in cross-examination.
But they haven't produced them to us. They haven't provided them to you.
They provide it in cross-examination.
Well, they have to give us hard copies.
Oh, I apologize.
Yes, give them hard copies.
give me a chance to look at it before.
I agree. I apologize. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Open court, but doesn't matter. We're going sidebar in here real quick.
Wow. Camille. 14.
9.
14.
14.
Oh, 14. Okay. Before we ask the next question, I'll hand you a copy of the next one.
I want to see it before you ask. That's what
I said. That's exactly what I said. Your Honor, would you like to see one as well?
No, that's all right. It's fine. Thank you.
Your Honor, this has been redacted. We don't have a unredacted.
What?
Line 4.
Oh. Can you please turn your microphone on?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. They gave me a redacted, but I don't have the unredacted to be able to see the full context.
I plan to admit it. I asked that it would be admitted in redacted form. I'm taking away any hearsay. I'm laying a foundation. This is a statement she released through a spokesperson.
How would I know whether there's more to it that shouldn't be redacted, Your Honor, if I don't see a full document?
Your Honor, the witness can testify as to whether or not this is the full statement or not.
The witness can't. We have the right to be able to see the document.
All right. Do you have the document that's not redacted?
We can pull it up on our computers.
Okay.
Just give us a moment, Your Honor.
All right.
I can represent this is the full statement that's reported.
Give her an opportunity to look at the unredacted one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sorry, Miss Bredehoft. May I approach?
Yes.
So, Your Honor, can we have a copy of this?
You can get a copy of that
Happily.
later today.
I think she should be giving us copies of the full.
I understand. We'll take care of that. But as of right now, can we continue?
We can, Your Honor, but I have an objection because of notations that are missing.
Okay, come forward.
Sidebar again. We never really left the sidebar.
All right. Here's the redacted. I guess now I need a copy of the unredacted. Where are the redactions?
I was trying to make this easy. We're redacting all the hearsay.
I appreciate it.
So there's several pieces here where it shows the spokesperson, and then there's no quote at the end of it.
Because it continues.
It continues. They have it.
But then they have a quote at the beginning of the next one, and then that doesn't have a quote. I mean, that's you can't make the one. And then there's another one where there's not a quotation mark at the end of that.
I understand.
So
I understand, but I'm going to allow it if she can lay the foundation, okay?
But in the future, Your Honor, I would.
Everybody's on the same page on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh, Elaine's
Like the
flustered.
punctuation is wrong. I don't know if this is a quote. There's no quotation marks. Ah! How did the judge not reach across and like just start strangling her? Like, ah!
This is either the last one or I think we have one after this. And then we're done. Holy Christ.
All right.
Your Honor, if we may approach very briefly.
Where are we at? 21.
Where are we at?
Oh, hang on. You want it all the way up there? Okay.
21.
We would ask that it be moved into evidence and asked for.
Any objection?
Your Honor, it has hearsay. It contains other communications of other individuals.
Your Honor, if we may approach very briefly.
Okay, sure.
Sidebar.
All right, so which portion?
It's just a question from the commentator.
Just that portion.
It's the question which is obviously not being offered for the truth, but that's the interview. I actually had it transcribed.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
By Planet Depots, so there are no concerns and highlighted.
Well, you highlighted the part that's going to be played.
Or this is the only thing that we'll be introducing.
Okay, which part is going to be played? Oh, this part is going to be played?
Yes, that's correct. So it's just misheard asking, excuse me, it's the host asking.
Okay.
The question. I apologize, Your Honor. It's actually, we clipped it. It starts on page 3 of the transcript.
Okay.
Line 13.
Line 13, page 3.
So the question here.
About the $7 million?
What did you do with that money?
Okay.
And then misheard speaking. I think there's one comment from the host on page 4, line 11, where it says, "More power to you. That's something I've never heard of."
More power, that's where it ends.
I'm sorry?
It keeps going after that?
I'm sorry. After line 13, it ends, so I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay.
I thought these were the only parts we were playing on the page.
Okay.
Page
Wait.
3.
Oh, page
Line
3.
14.
Page 3.
Line 13.
To page 4, line 13.
That's right.
Okay.
So the host is actually speaking hearsay.
Oh, God.
There are all kinds of accusations flying your way, and then people were saying this is all about the money. And then there's also hearsay, Your Honor, within that.
It's a question, Your Honor, and we're obviously saying it's not being offered for the truth.
Yes.
That's exactly what Miss Heard is alleging here.
That's what she said. Okay, I'll overrule that objection. I'll allow that portion.
Thank you.
Open card. And the end.
Oh, thank God.
Whew, that was a long one.
That was a long one.
Whew. All right. Well, there's no easy way out of that. Elaine is just weird and sucks.
Yes,
I mean,
that is also true.
yeah, Jonathan, there's some serious dog snoring going on here. Oh, wow, my voice hurts. I wonder if any
My
jurors
head
have read
hurts.
these sidebars. Yeah. Who knows if jurors read? That'd be kind of funny. Judge Penny is a Marine. Elaine is little more than an annoying gnat. If she doesn't want Amber questioned, then she shouldn't be on the stand, right? Wow. But shut up, Elaine. But shut up, Elaine. That's good. Wow. Yeah, so that was Elaine just being weird again. She's just weird. She doesn't know
She
what
can't
trial
understand the
she's in.
concept of frickin' hearsay or what's applicable in the rules of evidence or how to
criminal
apply
hearings or
defamation law to a defamation case as opposed to contract law or personal injury law or, God forbid, equine or probate law might be coming in next.
And this is what you get when you are representing a super high profile client in a major, major lawsuit and you haven't stepped foot in a courtroom in 20 years.
It's terrible.
It's a craft. You have to hone your craft. You have to be practicing. You have to, and clearly she hasn't in the last fucking however long it is. 20 years. Wow. All right. We got to get out of here because I got to get to sleep. Hayden had to get to sleep an hour before I did. Plus he's got to actually drive and do things. And Megan Fox is ailing. We don't want her to get sick again because we need her. We need her
to
back
rest.
next week.
I need to rest before I go back to work. I have to work today, so I think I'm going to take a nap.
I'm gonna sleep. And I just want to say thank you to Aussie Overlord and Megan Fox. Get over there to Aussie Overlord's channel. Get over to Megan Fox's channel. Also locals. Hayden has a locals too. And a Rumble and everything else.
I may do a short stream on locals right after this, just as update and what's coming up next, but nothing too long.
What is coming up next, Megan Fox?
Well, there will definitely be Tales from the Restaurant on Monday after my long weekend. Starting on Wednesdays, I work through the weekend, and then there will be lots of tales to tell, all the WCCs and all the Karens and the brunch Karens, especially on Sunday. That should be fun. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to try and whip together a True Crime Tuesday and go through the Russell Brand allegations and talk about that. Maybe you guys want to join me if you're free, but you're probably not, Jeff. You're always streaming.
I'm always working.
Right.
Well, just let me know the day, and if I can, I'll be there.
Okay.
Because you're always so kind coming here. So.
But that'll be, if you want to know what's going on with me, make sure you follow me on Locals, meganfox.locals.com. You'll turn on your notifications and you'll get all the info on where I'll be and what I'm doing next.
And Aussie Overlord, Hayden, tell us about you. What's coming up?
About 6 hours worth of sleep. For the regular viewers, there will not be a show this afternoon because I didn't get a chance to pre-record anything, and I'm going to need to get as much sleep as I can. I do apologize for that. The cut-up videos will be still going out, so if you need to get your Aussie fix, you'll still be able to snort something. Beyond that, regular stream back on Thursday and Friday. Next Monday, I've got Chandler joining me on stream for Misandry Bites, the crusade against the toxic masculinity, or whatever you want it, whatever the fuck my editor decides to call it in the thumbnail. Yeah, very much looking forward to that. Beyond that, we also have Mocking a Murderer coming up. We have what else we got? We're going to look at The Cult, and then I've got Trial and Error, which is looking at the Brittany Higgins case and the fact that went to a mistrial, and now whether or not he's going to actually be suing her or whatever else. And a few other things in the pipeline. So yeah, it's getting a little more busy. So.
Well, good. Make sure you subscribe to both of these peoples. They're awesome, and they deserve it. And real quick for me, we got the Captain Bipto says super chats. We did all the super chats. They're all up to date and all taken care of. And JKD Buck 76 says, did Anger Turds Insurance choose Elaine? No. In fact, that's why the insurance company is refusing to pay and suing Amber Heard as we speak.
Yeah, that's why she's still in court with General Insurance or whatever, General Maritime Insurance or whatever it's called. Because they had the opportunity. Amber had the opportunity to use their lawyers. She refused. And instead, she instructed Elaine and Rottenborn, and they're basically saying that they shouldn't have to pay because their lawyers just sat there and did nothing.
Yeah, see, I mean that's mainly what we do at my firm. We represent insurance companies representing the assured. The insurance company's paying the money, so ordinarily they get to appoint the lawyers as long as they're paying, because they're the actual interests that have to be protected. And
the law of subrogation, so that the insurers basically have the right to come in, take over the case effectively, and run it the way that they want. I'm a little unsure as to why New York Marine didn't do that in this case and just tell Amber to fuck right off. But anyway,
well, they wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him. He was in the court the entire time.
Yeah, he just wasn't allowed to say shit.
Watching it, yeah, but they couldn't say anything. They weren't allowed to do it, so that's why they said, "Well, we couldn't direct this, we couldn't lead this, we couldn't handle it, so therefore we're not paying." That's why there's a lawsuit going on as we speak. And coming up here for me tomorrow, OJ Simpson. Thursday, Friday evening, we're going to be having an Unexplained with Flux and Danny on Direct. I don't know what else we're doing. Probably a laid back news on Friday.
Tell Danny I said hello. I haven't talked to her in forever, and I've been trying. I want her to do a stream with me.
Yeah, she's been super busy.
Tell her not to forget about me.
Yeah, I will. And Monday is Maritime Monday. Tuesday will probably be this in the morning, and then in the evening, a special Solomon Anderson stream with Chandler Remington and hopefully Ozzy Overlord if he checks his DMs and if he's around. And that's where we are. Oh, and big news, people. Thanks to the wonderful Hayden, Ozzy Overlord himself, I now have a mailing address. I have a U.S. post office box to where you can send anything you want to send to me, other than firearms, alcohol, and tobacco products and the things that are stabby. You've been riding my ass for a year and a half almost to get a damn post office box. They don't have post office boxes in Korea because nobody uses them anymore. I mean, it's just not a thing here in Korea anymore. So yeah, I now have a U.S. post office box and a U.K. post office box. So depending on which side of the Atlantic Ocean you're on, there's a place where you can send stuff you want to send me if you're so inclined to send me stuff.
Wait, you want the UK one as well?
It came with the package. You get both of them.
Apparently, he got a better deal than I did, people.
It's $10. Just $10 a month, and you get both. You get a UK one and a.
That would scare me. That would scare me to open up a box where anybody could send me anything. That would be terrifying.
It's fine, and I'm going to address this particularly because Busha said it. Whether or not he can send Vice as a dildo, just keep in mind that some poor bastard at the facility has to open the mail and repackage it to send it to him. So if you're going to send something that's going to be embarrassing, make sure you include a note that Vice has to ask for pictures.
doesn't bother me. It's going to be your name that's associated with it, not me. So there you go. So there we go. Way to make me come out of lurking mode. Woohoo! PO box, says Lady Autumn Sky. So yeah, I will be putting them up on my profile in the next day or so, and we'll put them in the links at the bottom of every video. So if there's anything you want to send, you can send them to the post office box in the States or the UK. And again, other than like firearms, alcohol, tobacco, stabby things, anything you would normally send someone through the mail is there. And if you send something that can't be sent here, they just won't send it, and it'll just go in the garbage somewhere. So be careful. So there we go. That's it. That was the big news. I forgot to mention that yesterday because I tested it out. I sent myself some things, and they just sent me the notification that it was on its way. So it works.
Oh, good. Right. That means the bag of dicks should be there shortly too.
Yep. See, this is me. I paid $37 to send myself some Crystal Light and a bag of cinnamon bears.
Nice.
Just to check it out. Right. So mods, thank you again for being here and helping out. Thanks to our guests, the co-hosts, if you will, of the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp sidebar reading, dramatic readings. Thank you to everybody in chat. Vice Squad chat is the best. You guys rock. And okay, it's just people, yes, send all the naughty stuff, lol, embarrassing. It's not going to embarrass me. I'm going to open them up alone in my house, and if it is something that's weird, I'm not going to tell anybody about it. It doesn't embarrass me. I'm just going to look at it and go, oh, that's kind of funny, and chuck it in the garbage. So
I'm just looking forward to the day when you turn on Doggo Cam and you don't realize that Yoda or Strawberry sitting there chewing on a bag dragon or something.
Yeah, and I'll just turn it on like high, and so it like vibrates their teeth and cleans them while they chew. All right, everybody. I am getting out of here. Thank you, everybody. I have no idea where we're going to send you. I sent you to a place yesterday that people didn't like. So I'll try it again tonight. Stay tuned for about 30 seconds while I figure out where I'm going to send you all. Vice Squad, you are the greatest chat on the entire internet. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on your way out. Love you all. We'll see you tomorrow for OJ Simpson. On behalf of Ozzy Overlord and Megan Fox and Strawberry, we will see you tomorrow. So thank you very, very much as I stall for time trying to find my outro video, which is right here. Bye. Just kidding, everybody. There's nowhere to send you. I'm sending you out into the wild. Good luck wherever you may land. Bye. See ya. See you tomorrow. You're on your